Attacks on Ukraine just days away from the one-year anniversary of the invasion.
Russia employed a variety of missile types, firing some 3 dozen in all in a 2-hour window. Addressing members of the Norwegian parliament via a video link, President Zelensky through a translator.
We still managed to take down half of the missiles, and we're doing our best to ensure that 100% of Russian terror would fail.
Ukrainian officials say Russian forces changed their tactics this time
yesterday about
in an
having
effort to get around
30
beefed-up
or Leland was
Western-supplied
30
air
hours
defense
of
systems.
lessons
Tom Rivers,
before you get a
ABC
driver's
News
license
at the Foreign Desk.
And half of the hit daytime
you don't need
talker
anything.
Live with Kelly and
You
Ryan
just
is
take the
saying
test.
goodbye. Ryan Seacrest announcing he'll be leaving the show this spring. He's co-hosted alongside Kelly Ripa for 6 years and admitted he never expected to stay this long. Taking the chair, Ripa's husband, Mark Consuelos, giving the show a new name, Live with Kelly and Mark. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News.
In 2016, in the midst of a combative presidential election, a dangerous militia group was forming in a small city in Kansas. And they had a dangerous mission. They were plotting an attack, one that could have killed hundreds, if it hadn't been stopped.
With the DMV.
I'm Dick Lear. I'm a journalist who dug deep to figure out how this attack was
amazed how
thwarted.
easy it was to get my renewal
and it led
license.
me to one man, Dan Day.
I truly believe that God put me there at the right time.
He became an informant for the FBI and risked everything to do what he thought was right.
Ask yourself, would you be willing to do what he did?
Wait a second, you just went down?
Truth and Lies, The Informant, a 5-part series from ABC Audio. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
A rent control bill being considered in the legislature would give local communities the power to put a maximum on rent. Opponents say rent control has unintended consequences for the supply of affordable homes. A hearing on the bill was held yesterday.
These policies always lead to housing shortages by repelling capital investment and discouraging new development, as well as reinvestment in existing units.
This man supports the measure.
I was just notified this year in order to renew my lease, my rent will increase $500.
Proponents say the bill promotes affordable housing in smaller communities. The Colorado Department of Transportation spending more money on snow removal this year. A spokesperson says the agency spent $68 million through the end of last month. CDOT workers have plowed more than 3.6 million miles of roadway through the end of January, compared to 2.5 million miles during the entire winter last year. A spokesperson says the state does have money set aside to help cover the cost of any additional snow removal. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Plenty of problem spots to start off your 10 o'clock hour. I-25 southbound into downtown showing speeds in the 20s and 30s between I-70 and Colfax. Just east of there, I-70 westbound at Washington Street. A stall in the center lane with heavy congestion around the area. Further north, I-270 eastbound at York, we've got a crash with stop and go from I-25. And further east, an injury crash, I-70 westbound at Tower Road. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies, warming up from yesterday with highs in the lower 30s. Tomorrow, sunny again and even warmer with a high of 47. The current temperature in Denver is 15 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Need weekend plans? Check out what's happening at your local Lowe's. Weekending at Lowe's gives you and your family the opportunity to make them your weekend destination with free events, workshops, and more. Visit Lowe's.com/events for this month's full lineup.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
Window coverings are the frosting on the cake. You need trusted experts to assure quality and design. You want dependable service, reliable warranties, and value pricing. You get all of that with the company Made in the Shade. Family owned and operated, all major brands, draperies, shades, high-tech options, even exterior rolling shutters. Serving South Metro Denver to Castle Rock. 720-458-6566 or simply Google Made in the Shade.
Are you talking to me? I should have had Done Right do it. Don't be that person that says this after ordering your remodeling project. Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
Sponsored by Gyrese.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Gyrese loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Gyrese, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show. As you know, this is the only, and I dare you to look around the country, look around the world, the only show of its kind. We're here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints, try to make your life and your family's life just a little bit better. How do we do it? I'll tell you how we do it. We use the power of the media. You got a bad contractor, a bad landlord, and by the way, I want to talk a little about rent control because that's coming up in Colorado, but you have been ripped off or taken advantage by somebody, and you can't afford an attorney, or it's such a small amount of money it wouldn't make sense to hire an attorney. This, my friends, is the place for you. The phone number's easy, 303-713-8255. You can also call us all the time at 303-MARTINO. You can leave a message. We'll get you lined up, and we'll get you back on. Deputy Doc in the house with me. Martino, the man, will be in, I believe, shortly, but we'll figure it out. He's got a sister in town and some other stuff going on. Suzanne and I just got back from Louisiana, and I was on an aircraft very late. So I'll just say that. If I scramble a little bit, that's why. 303-713-8255. Deputy Doc, you told me you had some updates. I'm going to go to this call first. We do have some lines open, 303-713-8255, ripped off, taken advantage of. By the way, $300 million. Cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, directly, and I mean directly, my friends, due to this show. So you got a bad guy to report. You finally got a place you can do it, and we're going to continue doing it. Deborah, what's going on with this contractor?
We had originally signed a loan through UCOG. It's in Canyon City. It's UAACOG, and they were getting us licensed contractors. We signed a contract for over $8,000 for a home improvement loan, and they had said they could only use licensed contractors. So we signed the contract. And they had gotten us Grant Duger.
Hey, Deborah, I got a question real quick. I'm not quite sure I understand the finance aspect of this. So instead of finding a contractor who found you financing, you found a financing company that approved the loan, then you just had to go out and find a contractor. Was it like a second on your house? Was it a signature loan? What kind of loan was this?
It's a lien on my property for $8,000, a government program called Wait.
What's it called? Deborah? Suzanne, I think I lost her. What was she saying? It was called what?
I have no idea, Mark.
I'll put her on hold. We'll go to the next call. But, Deborah, come back up. I want to hear what that government plan was because I have not heard of that, and then I want to figure out what happened. Did the contractor take the $8,000 and not do anything? I mean, we got to figure it out and try to help her. 303-MARTINO. Itzel? Am I saying that right?
Itzel.
Itzel. What is going on with you?
Yes, hi, good morning. So my husband had previously called, Alonso is his name, and he had called about an issue we were having with our RV.
What was the issue? Refresh me.
So we had bought a brand new motorhome, and then we started having a lot of issues. Like it started to basically fall apart.
Who'd you buy it from?
Up until the point we bought it from
Camping World.
Oh my gosh, yes, Camping World. I believe it was.
Yeah, and what kind of problems? Wasn't the slide broke on it?
Yeah, so the slide broke. things like started falling apart up to the point where it like caught on fire.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. How did? Whoa! What caught on fire? The furnace? What? The stove? What caught on fire?
No, the motor started to like start a fire.
I definitely remember this now. So we ended up calling over there. Weren't they going to trade you out of it? Suzanne, go ahead.
Yes.
This is what, pardon me, Itzel, this is what I know for sure. Marty took this case. He emailed us yesterday about it. He is bowed out of this case, and I have him on the line so he can explain why he is bowed out of this case.
All right, Marty, hang tight. Itzel, so you're driving down the road, the thing catches on fire, the slide didn't work. Ultimately, did it go over to insurance? I thought we were working out a buyback, and we'll check with Marty. But in your opinion, what happened? Where are we at right now? Not how we got there, but where are we at?
Okay, so they took it back, and then they were building out a new one for us. So all this time we've been waiting, and they were gonna build a new one for us, and we were gonna continue on our contract with the new one that they were building out for us.
Yeah.
Well, the new one is done and set for, but now they want us to give them $20,000 more than what we had agreed on.
Well, hold on a second. Wait. I need to understand a few things. How much was the original unit you bought brand new with all the problems? How much?
So honestly, my husband's the one with all the numbers.
Okay.
And he couldn't be on the call today.
So roughly, what was it? 50,000? Give me an idea.
So I think we were at about 100,000.
So you got a 100K unit. Now, it's a very basic question. When they agreed to buy you out of this one or build you a new one, whatever they agreed to, were you getting the same value one, the 100,000, or were they building one that you decided you want other things in so it costs more money?
So what they agreed was that they were going to build one that they were going to give us a choice of which one we wanted.
Yeah.
But they never said that we were going to get an increase on what our contract was already stated.
It's basic math. I mean, if they gave you a unit now, or they're trying to give you a unit that would really cost $120,000 and not $100,000, then you would owe them another $20,000. Will they just let you out of the original deal so you could go somewhere else? And I'm going to go to Marty in a second, but what are they telling you right now?
They won't let us out of the deal. So we said, okay, we're not willing to pay more money already. We've already had so many issues that, we've been paying on this unit already without even using it.
How long you been paying for it? How long?
We send about $1,000 for 6 months now.
You mean you spent $1,000 in payments?
$1,000 per month for the last 6 months. So we spent about $6,000.
I got you. Yeah, that sucks, and you got no use out of it. What brand was this, by the way?
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I should have gotten this information from my husband.
Brand new at 100,000. Brand new at 100,000. I assume it was a gas engine. Do you know that?
Yes. No, it was diesel.
It was a diesel pusher. All right, hold on.
The fabricator was Gulfstream.
All right, hold on. That. All right, hold on a second. Oh, Gulfstream. Generally, we don't hear too many bad things about that. Hey, Marty, enlighten us, man. Yeah. You're off the case. Simple. What's going on?
I'm going to sum this up very simply. There's always two sides to a story.
Yes.
And so give this case to Ken. He deserves it.
Well, what's the problem? You're acting like this couple. Wait a second, Marty. You're acting like this couple that has spent $1,000 a month, and this thing caught on fire. The slides didn't work.
Well, I don't know. You know what? When I heard the other side of the story, and we did a three-way call,
yeah,
there was a different version.
Well, tell us. Okay, hold on. I want to hear. Hold on, Marty. I want to hear it. I promise. I'll bring you right back up after the break. 100% first. I want to hear the other side. I want your perspective. The one thing, well, not the one thing. One of the things I love about Marty is he cuts through the crap. He's going to give it to us straight. Let's see what that other side is. Hang tight.
Everybody's talking about regenerative medicine now because people who have joint pain are getting real, lasting relief without drugs or surgery. Hey, it's Michael Brown here. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting treatment. They use highly concentrated healing agents from your own body to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Now, if you have ongoing joint pain from arthritis or injury, you need to call QC Kinetics. Don't assume that steroids or surgery are your only option. Regenerative medicine can get you moving again with no downtime. Stop taking the pain meds and discover this remarkable alternative that pro athletes have been using for years. Thanks to QC Kinetics, this amazing treatment option is now available for folks just like you and me who are sick and tired of joint pain. Don't put it off any longer. Spring is coming and you want to enjoy all that life has to offer. Call QC Kinetics today, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, how I love thee. Frank saved us so much money. Suzanne and I shopped around for a realtor. This was years ago. We've used Frank so many times since, it's crazy. But he was the one that made sense. We knew his negotiation skills were unbelievable. He touched every aspect of our deal. And then when we were looking for a new house, man, did he negotiate the best price out there. You want simply the best. You want Frank Duran, the real estate man. Check him out at frankduranhomes.com. That's frankduranhomes.com.
Retirement. Does that word make you nervous? Worried? You need a plan. Tune into the Retirement Summit with Sean O'Keefe and Dan Blair for the peak of financial advice. Learn how to protect your lifestyle. Saturdays at noon here on 630 KHOW.
I know you've noticed we're having one of the coldest, snowiest winters we've had in a while. So Plumline Services wants to help out with another plum crazy deal. Just $79 gets a Plumline certified expert to your home to check out your furnace top to bottom, inside out, to make sure it's running efficiently when you need it the most. Find out more at plumlineservices.com. Service at home, servants at heart, and a plum crazy good offer. plumlineservices.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Tax season is upon us, and if you're in the market for a new vehicle but don't know...
Yeah.
6 minutes.
I got a second. Go ahead. Whole house softener.
You get the water at the kitchen sink, all the drinking water you want, half price. And that's usually...
So you buy the softener under $2,000,
yeah, and
this month you get a free...
you get half price on the drinking water.
Half price on the, what do they call that?
They call that the reverse osmosis drinking water, the filter.
Oh, I see. The whole house filter or at the spot?
At the kitchen.
Okay.
It's usually under $1,000.
What do they call that, though? Point of use? What is it?
A point of use, yeah.
Point of use.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I wanted to say something else. Are we on right now where people can use
I don't know, probably. What is it?
You on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want to write it down?
Was it from this morning?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, we're solid.
Who? They're trying to get more endorsements, I assume. Yeah.
This woman emailed us. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Shannon. Oh, my God. This woman emailed us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why would they give a shit?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32,
Why would they care?
33 times
Oh.
in the last day.
Happens. Here's why, because they want to hit someone over the head.
But here's the format.
Oh, did you go look? Oh, my God. Oh, God. I wondered why they was like, wow, did I open those on accident? It's like, oh, my God. Talib. See what I deal with sometimes? This is craziness. Oh, they're screenshots.
For me, they listen to others. So when I come out, somebody else goes into that room, and I go to another room. It's a great idea because...
Oh, my God. She's the one who came on in the beginning.
Yeah,
You got
different.
spunk.
Yeah,
I like
kinda
that.
Cool. Yeah. All right, we'll talk later.
Okay. But that wasn't what I wanted to tell you.
Oh.
That was minor. That thing I just told you about.
All right, 303-713-8255. Don't forget 303 Martino works on and off the air and help at troubleshooter.com. I'm going to go right back to Marty. We have a caller on. In fact, I got to pull her name back up because I'll slaughter it again. Itzel. They purchased from Camping World, which I'm not very happy with Camping World, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Well, and her problem itself. She bought what I would refer to as a lemon, but there's no lemon law when it comes to an RV. There are when it comes to brand new cars, but not used cars, not motorcycles, not RVs, and not commercial vehicles. So the lemon law is not going to help her, but apparently the dealer agreed to get her into another unit. This thing actually caught on fire at one point. The slides didn't work. It had all kinds of issues. But I guess the biggest thing is the engine caught on fire, and they've had this thing 6-7 months. They weren't able to use it the whole summer. I remember this call, but we got Smarty Marty involved. He took the case. Marty, what is the other side of the story on this? You said you were on a three-way conversation. Go ahead.
Listen, Mark, I don't remember everything because this is one of those cases where I was working my ass off.
Yep.
Going back and forth, up and down, back and forth, evenings. And when I finally, and I don't remember everything, but the adverse party finally got a hold of him, and he said his side of the story. And I believe, and again, you can't quote me, that he said they're lucky that the guy doesn't get arrested for something. I don't remember what it was.
In other words, the husband was probably walking in the dealership throwing a fit, and I do want to...
Something about how they were using the camper. I don't know if it was Airbnb, something like this.
How they were using the camper?
Something like that. You know, I could get... Maybe I'm mistaken, but all I remember is the other side of the story made a lot of sense, and when confronted, there was some different versions of what happened. Now, if this is what's happening, then call the other side and take care of it.
Hey, Itzel, what were you guys doing? Were you renting out the camper? What exactly do you think Marty's talking about?
Hello?
I'm sorry, was that for me?
Yeah, that was for you. What were you guys renting it out or something along those lines?
No. So get this. So we pick up so we had a camping trip scheduled on a Friday.
Yeah.
We picked up our unit on, I believe it was either Wednesday or Thursday. When we were getting ready on our Friday to drive to our first camping trip with this trailer, the thing that makes the air running it, because it's a travel trailer, so the generator wouldn't start.
Yeah, I get it. You had a ton of issues, but were you guys renting this thing out? That was a simple question.
How were we going to rent it out if we haven't even, that was our first
All right, hold on. I'm not going to try that again with you on, Marty. So the bottom line is what? You think Camping World was being good? Did they say they would let her out of the deal? Do you remember that part?
No, this is an old case, right? How old is this? A year and a half?
Yeah, I thought it was done. I mean, honest to God,
as far as I was concerned, it was worked out, and I spoke to whoever, I forgot his name, was Daniel or David, or I don't know who it was, but I was convinced that his side was very plausible, and whatever it was, if they're saying that maybe things changed.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I will. I'm going to have Deputy Doc or someone. Let me ask you this. Why don't you want any part of it? Why?
Because I felt it was a headache, and I don't want another headache.
I got you. I understand. All right, man. I appreciate it, Marty. Any other updates while I got you?
Well, there's two things in the works from yesterday.
Yeah.
And they should both have resolution. There's whatever cases you gave me yesterday.
Yeah.
They're both, one is either close to resolved and the other should be resolved. So you'll get a call from the consumers shortly. Let me see which ones they were. I don't know if you can tell me which they were. It was
I was in Louisiana.
Okay.
I can't tell you anything.
They were both getting resolved very quickly,
Cool.
and we should get some updates on it.
All right, appreciate it, Marty, as always. That Smarty Marty is one of our deputies, like Deputy Doc. We also have Deputy Scott, or we call him Deputy Dollar. He's an accountant by trade. We've got deputies that help us out on all kinds of problems. I could sense the frustration, though, in Marty. So I'm going to ask you, Itzel, where exactly are you calling now because the other one's almost done and they want an additional $20,000?
So, yeah, because it's been such a frustrating,
Yeah, I know. Here's what I need to see, though. I got to see the deal they put together. I got to understand how much they gave you a trade-in on the one that caught on fire and just never worked, and I got to understand the value of the new one. I've got to have some kind of paperwork to look at. I'm not a Camping World fan. In fact, they screwed a lot of the local dealers out here. They have a big thing each year, these big RV shows, and what Camping World did at the last minute, they told all the other ones, you're not invited, you can't come. So they're like trying to gang up, which basically what happens is if you go to that big RV show they had, the only thing you're looking at is Camping World. They make it look like there's multiple dealers out there, but whoever you do business with this year was Camping World, and I think that's a sneaky, underhanded way to do business. And they also screwed a lot of other people, and people like Century RV actually have more inventory at their one location. So it kind of drives me crazy. Get with your husband and do me a favor and get me over the deal in writing, and we'll look at it and see if it makes sense. I'll put Deputy Dollar on it to check it out. The bottom line, though, is if you're getting $100,000 or whatever you spent on the original one, if you're getting that value, but the new one is newer and nicer and more stuff and costs more, you probably are going to owe the additional $20. But you got to get me the paperwork, okay?
Okay, where should I send it to?
Suzanne will tell you that off air right now. 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. Honest to goodness, this is how we get it done. We're going to figure out what's going on with this. My gut, because of what Marty said, is they're probably building her a new unit. They're giving her probably $100,000 credit. They might inflate the price of the new one a little, but we're going to find out. We're going to actually see what that unit sells for and make sure they're giving the right amount. And then if we got to put pressure on them, we'll put pressure on them. Who owns that place? Marcus. He does that show, God, what the heck is the name of that show? Deputy Doc? I can't think of it. It's he goes and buys businesses, usually buys businesses that are like, it's going to drive me insane now. Anyhow, that's what I get for lack of sleep. 303-713-8255. Hey, Deborah, I assume you're back with that contractor? Deborah? I feel like every time I go to Deborah, Suzanne, she's simply not there. So, Deborah?
I'm here.
Okay. So, Deborah, you basically took a loan of $8,000 that was basically on your house, whether it was a second mortgage or a signature loan, but it's backed by the equity or deed of your house. And then what happened? You found a contractor. Who was the contractor, and what kind of work were they going to do?
We got the contractor through UPOG. They said they could not hire any contractors unless they're licensed.
Yeah,
so
I'm sorry.
Kevin,
what's the name of it? You what?
UAACOG. It's Upper Arkansas. It's a rehab program for seniors.
Okay.
For, low income.
Okay. Well, I understand that then. So, okay. That's also the people that helped you get the financing?
Yes, and I didn't get the money.
Okay.
Is what happened is they keep the money and then they pay the contractors.
Okay, so what was the contractor supposed to do?
The contractor, we had looked at 4 of them, and then this is a small little town, and so Kevin said,
yeah, but I mean, were they going to do a bathroom? Were they going to do a ramp for a wheelchair?
they were doing drywall in the back porch.
Okay.
Installing a stackable washer dryer, and then they were going to do the shower surround and some electrical and some plumbing.
That's a lot of work for $8,000.
kitchen.
Hey, I got to take this break, Deborah, so I'll come back to you first, but I'm a little nervous. I'm going to try to guess what happened here. The contractor either didn't do a good job or didn't do anything, and the finance company paid him. I hope that's not what the deal is, but we're going to find out.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Some slow spots to navigate your 10 o'clock hour. Starting on the east end of town, I-225 northbound after ILIF. We've got a crash with stop and go back from Parker Road. North from there, I-270 eastbound reports of an accident at York Street, and otherwise a pretty smooth drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound, no complaints into and out of downtown. Heading to the Boulder area, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. The sun is back and warming things up substantially. Highs in the lower to mid 30s today. Overnight low of 12 degrees. Tomorrow sunny again and even warmer with a high of 47. The current temperature in Denver is 15 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Doesn't it seem these days, everywhere you look, there's a drag queen? This week on Red Pilled America, we ask the question, why are drag queens so popular? Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app or anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
You know, I want to talk to Rich Harris with the Harris Law Firm. I love these guys over there. When it comes to family law, you're not going to find anybody better. But, Rich, I've got a pretty simple question. There's a lot of people that get divorced, then they get remarried, and you end up co-parenting. I mean, how do you guys at the Harris Law Firm help in situations like that?
Hey, Mark, it's a great question. And by the way, thanks for the call. We love our collaboration with you and Tom.
Yeah, we love it.
The question involves dating and divorce. It's something that comes up all the time, Mark. And the big picture is we recommend people go slowly and exercise caution. That's the first thing.
Keep the kids in mind.
What'd you say, Mark? I'm sorry?
Keep the kids in mind. Don't jump into a new relationship. In other words, you're saying try not to rebound.
That is exactly right. I mean, the reality is that if you're going through a divorce, you need to be focused 1,000% like a laser on your kids' best interests. Everybody says they are, and I know almost everybody is well-intentioned. But kids have gone through a lot. They've gone through the trauma of mom and dad separating, and you don't want to introduce new significant others to the mix too soon. And you need to know that if you make any mistakes, your soon-to-be ex is going to use it against you in the child custody part of the case.
Rich, that's where I was getting to. I mean, the main reason you got to really think about what you're doing, well, you got the little mini eyeballs, the kids on you all the time. I mean, let's face it, they're basically tape recorders recording everything going on. But on top of that, you don't want to hurt your own case in front of the judge. You know, I love you guys at the Harris Law Firm. People can call up. You'll talk to them for free and just give them great advice. And, man, I love that. If you're going through a divorce, give these guys a call, 303-515-5000, 303-515-5000. I appreciate it, Rich. It was great talking to you.
Likewise, Mark. Thanks.
Okay, now I want to tell you about Euro Plumbing. Check these guys out. Water heaters, $1,299. Yeah, that's installed. I'm not kidding. You get a new water heater, the new supply lines, hot and cold. They'll even haul away the other one. $12.99 for a 40-gallon. These guys were out at my house not even 3-4 weeks ago. These guys, when it comes to water heaters, you're not going to find a better deal. And if you need that house repiped, these are your guys. They beat any prices. In fact, they do a ton of work for the big guys that advertise on TV. Euro Plumbing, 303-668-6844, or check them out at referralist.com.
Do you feel like your feet are stepping on broken?
Hey, I like that Don Lemon came out and said that Nikki Haley is way past her prime at 51. Doc,
hey,
is that true?
What's next, please, Shannon?
Looking pretty rough his damn self.
Should we ask Doc? Are women past their prime at 51?
Oh.
Come on.
I don't think they're listening in there.
Good grief.
I forgot to even go offline.
Oh.
Literally forgot.
Shannon's like, women have hit their prime once they've hit 50 or gone past their prime.
I'm quoting Don Lemon. Don Lemon was talking about Nikki Haley. She's way past her prime.
Oh, wow.
Way past her prime at 51?
Uh-huh.
I think women mature with age.
Like a fine wine.
Is he trying to say she's high mileage?
Men don't.
I like
better than high maintenance.
I will shut up.
That's smart, Mark.
Huh.
You know, like fine leatherware, I like them a little broken in.
I can't believe I totally forgot about offline. I feel like I've been gone for a month.
You have.
It feels like it. And
well,
I feel like I've been up for 30 hours.
When you're in Louisiana, you're definitely going back in time.
No, I'm telling you, man, I like the town. I do like the town. I like New Orleans and I like Slidell. They both have their own character. I like it.
Well, you know what my friend's wife
Sounds
said
like
about,
he was having fun.
about aging? She said men are the opposite of dogs. Every 7 years that we age, we mature by one.
That's probably true.
So if you have a 70-year-old husband, you need to treat him like a 10-year-old, and everything works.
I really lucked out with Arrested Development at 14.
What is it? Isn't that? I never watched that show.
No. I have actual Arrested Development.
Oh.
Mentally.
Yes.
And 14 is probably being generous. 12
Mark,
is probably more accurate.
Pardon me, on Joe Chiano's 120 Live, do you want the subject in email or
Just
in your text?
Put it on the call screener.
It's very long.
Oh,
you want
shit.
it in pictogram.
Email it.
Okay.
Do you want us to act it out in charades?
That would be fun.
On radio.
Sounds like.
Just do the
rhymes
radio.
with.
You can just do it.
crap,
Nobody will see what you're doing, Mark.
Ah, man.
Here we go.
Online at khout.com.
We're going to figure out real quick here if Camping World's putting the okie doke on Istel. We're going to find that out. Deputy B is in the house. Well, not in the house, but he's listening online on our YouTube channel, and he's going to reach out to Camping World, so we're going to see what they have to say. We got to get a copy of that paperwork as well. Now, I got to get back to Deborah and figure out what's going on with this contractor. Here's what I know. They took out an $8,000 loan. They could only use licensed contractors, which is a good thing, but somehow everything went wrong. Deborah, what went wrong? Tell me. Oh, by the way, we do have some lines open, 303-713-8255. You want to point out a bad guy, go after a bad guy, need some help, 303-Martino. Now, Deborah, what's the deal? What happened? Where are we at?
Well, he was not a licensed contractor.
But I thought you picked him. Wait a minute. I thought this company picked him out for you.
They did.
Okay.
They said he was a licensed contractor, and Kevin was the one that works at UCOG, he was supposed to be a licensed contractor. He said that verbal, and he said Grant was verbal. He said verbal, he was a licensed contractor.
Okay, so.
But we were going.
Hold on. The contractor's name was Kevin or Grant?
The contractor was supposed to be Grant, and he was not a licensed contractor.
Okay, I get he's not licensed. I get he's not licensed. Did he do the work? Did he do any of the work?
He did him and Kevin did the work poorly, so I called the building and code inspection because they weren't doing anything right, and they came out and said the shower surround is too large for the shower pan. It needs to be taken out. But they wouldn't take it out. They kept saying, well, we're just going to caulk it. We're going to caulk it. And we were doing this verbal, and then we weren't going anywhere, so I started texting them.
So
I got a text.
But wait. Besides the caulking or the shower pan, you said it was too small? So they were putting a lot of caulking around it. Is that right?
The caulking wasn't. It wasn't. It was a caulkless shower, and it wasn't supposed to be caulked. It was supposed to be. It was installed improperly. It was too large. The shower surround was too large for the shower pan.
Okay.
So that install was incorrect. So then I talked to State Plumbing, Matthew Binyard and Dennis Medina, state regulatories, and they said that they did not even have state license. They did not have any kind of license. And they
Deborah, why are you? Why are you? I want to get to the real deal, and here's what I mean. The fact they weren't licensed, I really just don't care about. What I care about is if the job was done right. We're talking about an $8,000 redo of showers and drywall and all this stuff. It seems so cheap, the whole thing's hard to believe. But what's your real deal with it? Is it not functioning? Does it not work now? It can't pass inspection? Where exactly are we at?
It does not pass inspection.
And what part does it fail on?
There's no licensed contractor.
Why are you so hung up on that? Let's pretend they did have a license. Would it pass inspection now just because they had a license?
No.
Can they fix it to where it will pass?
I wanted someone that was competent to do it because they didn't even put a piece
listen, everybody wants someone that's licensed. I get it, but it didn't happen in your case. The research wasn't done. The permits weren't pulled. You were misled. All that happened. I get it. I get it. What I need to understand, though, is what needs to be fixed. If someone can go there and fix it, including them, and it will pass inspection, then what do you care?
I just want to be done with them. I will fix this myself. I'll get a licensed contractor, but the loan was the guy that came out, Grant. It was over $3,000. I kept questioning about materials that we did not need and we did not want, and he kept saying, "Oh, you need it, and 100% we had.
Deborah, do you have the contract? I want to say something. You're perking my ears up, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I don't know why you're so dead set that these guys are that bad, and I'm not looking at the work. I'm not even looking at the scope of the job. But the stuff you're telling me, you keep going back to the shower pan. If it can be fixed, I'm not understanding why it's such an issue, and that makes me nervous because I start thinking, and I'm not trying to offend you, but you're one of those people that no one's going to make happy. They didn't have the license. That does not mean they don't deserve to get paid for what they did. Now, if they totally screwed up, and nothing is worth anything, and everything's got to be torn out, and it can't be repaired, that's a different story, but that's not the picture you're painting. Can you send me over the contract to look at?
I will, but my understanding was, and then they kept playing with me and just more lies, and then they started, they closed without me with a loan, and they would just come at my house at all hours of the day, and say sign this, and then I'd ask for some copies.
How much did they get paid out of the $8,000?
About $3,000.
So they only got 3 out of the 8?
Correct.
Can you send? Okay. Do you have a cell phone? Can you send me some pictures of the job? Where are they?
I have 30 emails of screenshots and
okay.
pictures.
I'm trying to decipher. I want to see some pictures because hold on, Deborah. You've given them $3,000. If they didn't do $3,000 worth of work, I'm on your side. I'm going to find that very, very hard to believe. Now, what does Jay have to say? Jay, what do you know about this? Suzanne says you got info on this.
Well, I have this. While you were talking, she said what she really wanted most wasn't the licensed contractor. She wanted somebody competent.
Okay.
So that's really huge to her job to have someone who knows what they're doing. Very important to her.
Well, maybe so, but these people sound like they redid a shower, drywall, and other things for a total of $3,000. And if they can go in and fix it, what would the issue be?
Well, here's the thing. That pan, the walls have to go right up, the studs have to go right up against that pan. They framed it too large. They tiled it or whatever they did.
Yeah, I got to see the pictures of what they did. So
Yeah,
you're saying you don't think you're saying you don't think it can be repaired?
No, you tear that out.
All right. Well, I want to see pictures of it. I want to see. Now, do you know this woman, Jay?
No, I don't. I'm real familiar with this stuff. That's what I do.
Okay, cool. Hold on. I want to, you know what? Let's send Jay some of these pictures, too. And how about Mark Szymanski? I want to look at these and see if Jay's correct and everything's got to, there's no way to fix it. Everything's got to be ripped out. Jay, I want you to look at the pictures for us. Hold on. Get his information. Send him. We don't need to send the 30 emails she sent.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, but a couple of them. You get the idea. Deborah, hold on. And Janet is going to tell us about a Zelle scam. 303 Martino.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Truth with Lisa Booth podcast.
Roads and freeways throughout the Denver metro really clearing out after a busy, drama-filled morning. I-25 north and southbound showing posted speeds into and out of downtown. Up on the northeast end, I-76 westbound, we have reports of an accident at I-270 with stop and go back from 74th. I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA, and otherwise no complaints on the roads and freeways. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. The sun's back after yesterday's wintry weather. We've got a high of 32 this afternoon, overnight low of 12. Tomorrow even warmer with a high of 47. Nice and warm. The current temperature in Denver is 21 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hundreds of Trans Lives Matter protesters occupied Oklahoma's state capitol on Monday. We'll talk to Governor Stitt about why he's protecting minors from gender surgeries. Listen to The Truth with Lisa Booth every Monday and Thursday. You can listen throughout the week on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, there is so much more to retirement than just what stock to invest in, or, you know, should I buy this financial product or that one, or what should I do? How much money should I take out? Should I start getting Social Security at 65 or wait till I'm 71? And what do I do if I'm still on a company health plan and it's time to transfer over to Medicare? Oh, my God, then let's talk about the tax ramification of everything. Then you throw in health care and then your legacy. Who you're going to leave your money to, how are you going to leave it to them the best to where they don't get taxed out of their butt? Let me tell you who you want to call. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. These guys have a 5-pillar approach. It's a trusted family. In fact, Martino uses these guys for his own stuff, but it comes down to this: safety, income, and then, of course, the growth of those funds you have. But the comprehensive approach is unbelievable. They talk about the income, the investments, the health care, the taxes, just the whole part of retirement. Give these guys a call for a free consultation, 970-663-3211 or rpcenter.com. Suzanne and I had our bathroom upstairs redone, probably about 4 years ago. Then we used the same company to do part of our kitchen. Then we use the same company to do our laundry room and a downstairs bathroom. It's the Art of Granite. The owner's Mitch Fulleria. You can get prices over the phone for beautiful countertops, granite, quartz, all natural stone. They have man-made materials as well, but prices right over the phone, and their cabinets are so beautiful. We love dealing with them, and everything went perfect. 303-386-5919. Give them a call for that quote over the phone right now, 303-386-5919.
Hi, it's Glenn Beck. Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you want the most money, call the agent that I would call, Troy Hansford. Troy.
Well, here's what happened, Bennett. I was traveling with our daughter in January. And then Mark and I went
do we know
where this lady's located? Louisiana to look at a house. And then on top of that, there was a holiday weekend. Then we come back from Louisiana to find out the best man from our wedding passed away of colon cancer. So then we went out for that. Then I come back and I got sick. And so just taking precautions because I'm around a lot of people. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't contagious or anything before I came back. And then Mark had to go to Louisiana again when we got back from the funeral. It's just been crazy. It has been. We're not going to move to Louisiana, but we definitely are thinking, we want a vacation home down there and a place we can spend some time at. And so Kelly and I are going to be teaming up this year for the show and whatnot. Oh, good.
Did we forward any of these photos?
She did.
These photos are horrible, by the way. Horrible.
Well, I've got about 7 extra years of experience
they're
on
horrible.
her. So, but yeah, I love her. She's doing great, and I just love that she has my back. How's Marlis?
You want us to get Annie Leibovitz over there?
Yeah. I can't believe how bad these photos are. They're just horrible.
Absolutely, definitely. As it gets
They're like,
a little nicer,
they took a
though,
Polaroid
it is
or
just
something,
crazy cold out there. But yes,
and then
in
scanned
March or April, when it gets a little bit warmer, I'll reach out to you
You're
guys
kidding.
and we'll get a date
That's
set.
what that's what that is.
Or they were done with a flip phone.
You're
I don't know
never
what the deal
bothering us.
is.
We love you guys.
I'd send her Brits, but
Oh,
he died.
I
When
love
did he
it.
die?
$3,000.
we love
Oh
it.
man, 20 years ago.
He's
Frickin'
so
Herb.
funny. God.
And then who was
Once
the
in a
other?
while.
Who's the San Fran?
Okay,
Pepper?
Bennett. Well, listen,
Jock
I'm going to go
Sturgis.
so I can get back to the show. But call me anytime. You know that. Give Marlis a smooch, and I'll reach out for a
Oh,
lunch
he's
date
still
soon.
alive.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Is she in Arkansas, by the way?
I'm sorry. What did you
He
need,
said
Mark?
something about.
Everything. He asked like 80 questions while you were on the phone.
That's what that
Yeah.
group is.
Oh, yeah,
I wonder
heard
if I
that
have
too.
80 answers. What are your 80 questions you had? Shannon said you had 80 questions for me.
That was maybe 3. but
I do?
still. Yeah. Where is she? Did you send the stuff? What
Oh.
time is it? Why am I here? Who am I?
What time is it?
Is the show over yet? It's in your inbox. I sent you and Jay the pictures.
Jay.
Our caller.
Oh, yeah, I'd be curious. The pictures suck.
They're all like that. That's
I know.
why I didn't send you 30 emails.
It's like a close-up. I can't tell
And
if it's...
I think she's in Utah.
Ah, crap. I mean, who the hell are we going to get out there? We got to find...
Yeah, maybe we can fly Ken out.
Good idea.
Station 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255. Ripped off, taken advantage of. One line open. Haven't had an automotive call today. Someone out there got scammed. It happens every day. It happens every freaking day when it comes to automotive. It's really sad. We've been having automotive calls left and right. So here's kind of where we left off. We sent this caller some pictures, correct, Suzanne?
We sure did.
These pictures suck. I don't care. In fact, I'll pull Jay up, but Jay, I have no idea what I'm looking at on some of this stuff because they're so close up. I can't tell if the entire piece of drywall is done bad or if that's like a 1 foot part that can actually be retextured and made good. But I have a hard time believing everything these guys did has absolutely no value whatsoever. Did you get a chance to look at them?
Unfortunately, I don't have them. They
Okay.
may be too large a file for my phone. But I didn't get 'em.
The pictures are so bad, I don't even know what to say. I do want to bring this up. I'm going to keep you on for a second, but I do want to ask this. Have you had, Deborah, someone come out that actually said everything's got to be 100% torn out? I mean, do you have a contractor that said that, or are you embellishing there? And have you got a quote on getting stuff fixed?
Well, we had a licensed contractor come out and look at it, and he said $5,000 for the shower surround to replace it and do everything correct.
Is that the only... Well, then,
but-
wait a minute. Then the math all makes sense. If everything else doesn't need to be, redone or can be touched up as far as the drywall, you paid these guys $3, or the financing company did. There should be $5 sitting there in the till still to pay the new guy to come in and do it.
I just don't want. I want shower surround taken out completely, and I want them to pay.
Deborah, I swear to God, it's like what I just said flew right over your head. I'm trying to get the math correct here. You just said a licensed plumber, because you're hooked on that, can come in and knock everything out and redo it correctly for $5,000. Is that correct?
That's only for the shower surround.
What's the other stuff that needs to be done? Have you got a price on everything?
What I would like is to have a licensed contractor come into
All right,
the
here's
house.
what I'm going to do. Suzanne, hey, Jay, I appreciate it, man. I'm just getting a little... I got to get the actual contractor on, because you know what? I want to hear the other side to this story very, very badly. Suzanne, let's do whatever we can to reach out to Kevin or Grant or Yutcha or whatever it is. Let's try to get someone else to tell us what's going on over there. There's got to be a way to figure this out. And the problem, so everybody knows, if this was in Colorado, I would know exactly what to do. We would send out someone on our referral list at referrallist.com to look at it. But, Deborah, you're in Utah, is that correct?
We are located in Colorado.
Oh, where are you at?
License. It's Canon, Canyon City, Colorado. It's 30 miles from Colorado Springs.
You know what? I got someone that can look at this. I bet he'd do a favor for the show, too. Suzanne, the guys down, who are the painting company I like in the Springs? They're on YouTube all the time, too.
Who's that?
The painting company.
Oh, Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark.
They're great people.
That guy is a handyman from hell, that in a good way. That guy can fix anything. I bet he can get out there and tell us what's going on with that.
Oh, it's not in Utah?
No, hell no. She's in Canyon City. I don't even... I'm
wonder
looking
if
at
he
these
can go down there. John's listening. I'm going to call you, John.
See if Milks will do it. That would be unbelievable if we could get that worked out. Deborah, hold on. I want to get eyes on the ground for you.
Thank you.
Okay, hold tight. Hey, Janet, real quick before the break, what did you discover with Zelle? Did you get scammed?
No, I didn't fall for it, but I was selling some furniture, and the guy said, well, he can use Zelle. So he supposedly sent me $600, and I get a notice that says $600 was pending in my account, and but they couldn't accept it because the limit for my account was $1,000. So I'd have to go to a business account and set it up for the $1,000. So he says, well, I'll put $1,000 in, and you can send me back $400 because it was a $600 deal. I said, no, I don't think so.
Did that original thing come in the email? How did you guys originally get contacted or connected?
It was through Facebook Marketplace.
God, I have never heard, hold on a second, I want to get a little more info on that, but I have never heard anything good about Facebook Marketplace. I've never had a caller say, hey, I found a contractor there and it went great. We've got a lot more going on. Everybody hang tight, 303 Martino.
For peace of mind, ring the bell. Bell Plumbing and Heating.
You need a plumber? Turn to the company that's been providing home services for Denver area families since 1926. Bell Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical offers service that's quick, reliable, and friendly. That's the Bell way. Contact Bell, where now for a limited time you can get $50 off any plumbing service. Find more info at bellplumbing.com. That's bellplumbing.com.
For peace of mind, ring the bell. Bell Plumbing and Heating.
Listen up, you high-altitude living gun owners. Gunny here with an announcement. Triple J Armory is hosting the Mac Daddy of them all. Staccato for a demo day on February 25th and 26th. You mean to tell me you weren't going to swing by and try all their models out for free? You mean to tell me you weren't going to get your free entry into their Staccato giveaway? Join my other recruits February 25th and 26th on the range and shoot all the hottest Staccato models free of charge. Triple J Armory, located off C470 and Broadway or at triplejarmory.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packard. A very limited portion of the Georgia Special Grand Jury report investigating efforts by former President Trump and allies to overturn the 2020 election results has been released. The grand jury found no widespread fraud took place in the Georgia 2020 presidential...
For Troubleshooter.com.
Can I throw you on hold and have Suzanne talk to you when she comes back over here? Because she takes all the calls, figures everything.
It's okay.
Good morning, Kay. How did you want to talk to Tom and the gang?
You want me to call you back later, or is
Well,
it
don't run
not a
off.
good time?
Let me get Suzanne to talk to you because she actually knows what's happening.
Usually when we're going up there, we're in a big RV.
Yeah.
It takes long
Okay, I'll hold.
Mike Sock.
How's life? Everything is good. Oh, Mark, you didn't tell me though. How was the house?
Good.
Is
It needs some work.
But
so-
tell me, is everything kind of misrepresented?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. Well, okay, nothing.
But it
this
does
one-
need some.
This one needs a roof and it needs a piering on one.
All right, I'll call you back later.
Worth doing is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, as long as he'll either handle it or give me a credit on it. And the only reason I don't mind him handling it, well, to me it doesn't matter, and I'll tell you why. He's been a contractor.
Okay, what am I doing today?
30 years.
Got a couple of calls if you want them.
His company checks out unbelievably good, and that would allow him to do it at a cheaper rate and hopefully get everything done I'm looking for.
Yeah, like they say, get it fixed before you buy it. That's all.
Yeah, but sometimes that's good with him. But sometimes it's not, Doc, because they're never going to do the same fucking job. They're going to cheap it out.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Deborah,
but
just
if
give me
you
a
get it
couple minutes.
fixed before you buy
No,
it.
that's right. What is your first
And
name?
if it isn't one, then you don't buy it.
He's moving into the same neighborhood.
Good, Ellie, in a sentence or less. What would you like to talk to Mark up at
It's not right. I know what you're saying.
It's just a different.
And is he Southern?
Yeah, man. They all are.
You know how you can tell if he's a Southern? If he eats the heads off of crawfish.
You can just tell he's
Only Southerners do it.
I doubt he's ever lived outside of Slidell.
Hey, Tom, so we got this follow-up. This woman, Joanna, called.
Did you log me out? Did she?
She's the one in Pueblo that had an abusive relationship, and she needs somebody to help her with a divorce.
You're out.
But legal aid won't do it. I don't know what to tell her.
Legal aid never does divorce.
Okay, well then she's not going to get anybody to do it pro bono, right?
That's right. Some do it.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Will Bonnie Shields do it?
Generally, I would just send
She's
you,
in
give
a
you some
group.
referrals.
She knows
and you
the
did say
if
your
you
name
call
was
her
Ellie,
up,
correct?
She'll tell the lady who to call.
Okay, I'll call
Generally,
Bonnie.
I'd give you
But
some
like
referrals.
Tom
but
said,
since you've sort of
divorces
been
are
turned
hard.
down a few
Child
times,
custody
I'm
and
gonna have you
stuff
go
are a
over this
little
with
better.
Tom.
They're going to do a.
Yeah,
They're going to do a
maybe he
sliding
knows one of
scale,
our
but they're never
referral
going
list
to do
All right,
members
well,
that
I'll
do that
call,
kind
you
of
have
stuff.
Bonnie's number?
Yeah, Suzanne will.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, darling, hang tight. Listen to the phone.
But
When you
just
hear your name,
ask
come on
her,
and tell
and
Tom what's
she'll
going
tell
on.
you exactly the name of the organization.
Suzanne?
No, Bonnie.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Suzanne?
Don't hit that.
Okay.
You're not hitting the on button, right?
Oh, no. Suzanne?
Yeah.
Do you have Bonnie Shields' number?
Who was,
Yeah.
by the way, which one was saying I was aggressive?
No, they
Actually,
didn't say that.
Ken, turn the mic on again. You're going to need.
I said so-and-so is.
Who's the
I don't want to
injury
hear,
for?
but I said so-and-so's pursuing
Personal
that.
injury?
They didn't say anything about it.
Yeah. Turn the mic on
they
again.
said,
You're going to
he's
need
pretty-
Fuller.
Say,
That's when they said.
You talking to me?
Yeah, stop turning the mic on, dude.
Oh, okay.
Not in a bad way. They just, it just,
Same
it just
old
came up. Yeah, but they didn't say, oh, you know.
Troubleshooter show. What is your first name?
I said, look, if you don't take care of people and they're unhappy.
Anthony, in a sentence or less. What did you want to talk to Tom about on the show today?
Did you catch any slack for?
Nothing. Everything.
Okay, hang tight. Listen to the phone.
They had glowing reports for the show and the endorsements and everyone. The new people, the old people were telling the new people a lot of that negative stuff. The perception
is way old.
Oh yeah, it really is. I mean, thank God. I mean,
It's
God,
fucking plus, dude.
Huh?
It's 10 plus years
What's 10 plus years?
since when Holly was here. It's been 10.
Oh, I don't think it
Okay,
was just
Deborah,
her
I need a
doing it,
couple
you?
pieces. My
I think it was
our
over the years
experts,
about endorsements. About
coincidentally enough,
you know,
are going to be
all
in
kinds of
Canyon
shit.
City on
if you're
Monday.
just- it's not the
Would
same
it
as
work for them to come by on
And
Monday
plus we
so
have
they
so
can
much
give us a
turnover
good
now.
assessment and some
No,
good
but I
pictures
think
of
Holly
what's
really
going on
struck a
there?
bad chord with some people that.
Okay, so
could
Deborah, I
have-
need a couple pieces of
Absolutely.
information.
And that's,
First, your address.
That's what they remember.
No one can hear you but me.
These bastards. Let's see. All right, so this is fucked
Did you
up.
put anything in the database or not?
No, I did not, Ben. That's one thing I still struggle with.
You know, I'll admit it is a little hard when you're really paying attention to people, but man, is it wonderful to have.
What I'll
Holy
do,
shit.
really what I need to do is just have a notepad because I actually understand my scribble. And then when I'm done, come to
And
a
by the
break,
way,
then enter it.
I only enter significant ones. You know what I'm saying? Where there's follow-up or something that we've learned. I don't enter shit that's just, look what's happening there. So, Mark,
That was that
is
training.
the area as nice as the other area? You're still on the same waterway? the same waterway, Mark?
Actually, this is right. This is
better.
One canal from Pontchartrain. So
It's better.
Yeah.
You're more insulated.
The house is really nice, man. It's nothing like that other place, dude. It just needs a roof and it needs some piering. That's all it needs.
Now, if both of them were 100% market ready, which design and layout do you like better? I mean, if that
The other one was pretty fucking big.
pretty awesome.
Well, probably too big for what we want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it could be a headache.
Well, that's Suzanne.
You don't. I don't want. Well, I don't want real estate because it's a headache for me. You're a different mindset. I'm very.
This dude wants to.
I know people laugh when I say this, but I truly am a minimalist. I really am.
Well, you are now.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Thanks, Mark, for the first hour. Hey, listen, here's the deal, okay? We are fighting for you. That's the main thing. No matter who's at the mic, we're fighting for you on and off the air. And so here's one thing. I love Deputy Smarty Pants, but I didn't understand the call at the beginning of the show. Mark, I didn't understand it. I love him. He's the best. I'm just going to say that. But he didn't want. I think when
He worked on it a year. He worked on the problem a year and a half ago.
I know,
and thought it was settled.
But then I'm just going to say it like it is. I believe Deputy Smarty Pants sided with the business.
Yeah, he did.
Here's what Marty's quote is that he said I could read on the air. It is my opinion these con artists, meaning the callers, just want to get out of the deal. It is my opinion the dealer done everything they could possibly do. That is the email.
And so here's the thing, though, Marty. We love and respect you so much that you can say that on the air. He said he didn't want to give his opinion or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you said that.
He said there's two sides to every story.
There is, but here's what irritates me, because I think the facts are this, and I could be wrong. Maybe Marty knew more facts about it, but they buy the RV. The day they buy it, they can't even use it. The slides don't work, other issues. Then the damn thing catches on fire, and it becomes inoperable altogether.
Now, but if Smarty Pants, even if he disagrees with us, if Smarty Pants believes the business did nothing wrong, I'll go with Smarty Pants because he's on the ground and he's investigating. That's all. That's all I want to say. And he never has to.
Maybe the source of the fire is in contention, whether it was deliberate or accidental.
Could be. And these are things we'll never know. It was a year and a half ago. But the point is this. Consumers aren't always right in these cases. Now, Doc, you've had cases where you've tried to help people, and they were all wet, and you found the business to be credible.
Absolutely. You know, the key here is we always, and we tell this when we make phone calls, we always get two sides of the story. We never assume anything.
Yeah. And thank you, Smarty, though, for doing that.
He did sound really pissed, though, didn't he? Or not pissed, but
Anthony,
he seemed upset about the whole issue.
Well, I think he's upset because he thought it was done. Hey, Anthony, let's talk. Hey, Anthony. But the whole point I was trying to make is Smarty Pants can say anything he wants anytime he wants. He'll never be censored, whether he agrees with us or not. Hey, Anthony, the marketplace, what about this? You want to make a comment? This is a previous call, Mark?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
It's about Facebook Marketplace. I was saying have we ever got a call saying, hey, I found a contractor on Facebook and they're great?
No. Angie's List, Marketplace, where else?
And they're not calling Zuckerberg for help. Who are they calling?
Us. What's going on with you, Anthony? Do you have a comment?
Yeah, believe it or not, I did find a good contractor that framed my basement from the marketplace. I'm not kidding. He did a great job.
Listen, you know what they say. Sometimes, you can even a blind squirrel can find a nut now and then. So
I think it has a lot to do with how involved you are, though, too. I was down there every day watching the guys and making sure everything was going good, and they knew that. So that's to say something there, I guess.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you calling, though. I mean, look, we're bound to have a few good people on there for sure. I mean, I can't say everybody on there is a ripoff or a So, but thanks for the comment,
No, but
man.
there's really no policing. I mean, that's just it. I mean, there really
none.
isn't.
Zero. Now, Janet says she discovered a Zelle scam. Don't forget, you can call us at any time, 303-713-TALK. Tell me what's happening.
Well, I was buying something on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy said he wanted to send me the money through Zelle. I said, okay, so I set up a Zelle account through my bank, Chase, and then when he sent the money, I got a message that said there was a $600 pending, but that I couldn't get it because I had to have a minimum of it had to be a minimum of 1,000, and that I had to set up a business account. He said, well, that's okay. I got that same message, so I'll send you 1,000, and then you can just send me 400 back. I said, no, you can send me 1,000, and when you come pick it up, I'll give you the 400 if I got the 1,000.
Now, what do you think the scam was? Because with a cashier's check, when they do that, or a check, or they say, hey, go cash it and send us the overage. But what do you think? Is Zelle the kind of place you can?
I know it was a scam. I got a hold of Chase's internet service this morning, and they said you don't even have to read what they sent you. It's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah, but with Zelle, here's what I want to ask. If I made a payment to Mark from Zelle.
It's hard to claw back, man.
I can't claw it back.
It's really hard.
I don't know how they're doing it, though. But
how do we know they are?
It has to be.
How do we know they are?
Well, she's not saying Zelle is a scam.
No, she's saying that the contractor was going to send, or the guy was going to send her more money and get money back, and the money he first sent her was a scam, right?
Yes.
Well, he probably asked her to send it.
But how do we know that, though? I mean,
I'll tell you how.
I don't know any way to reverse Zelle or Venmo.
Maybe if they broke into someone else's account.
Go ahead, Janet. What were you saying?
I said Chase says that it's a scam. They've gotten hundreds of calls from people that this has happened to, and they said before I even said Facebook Marketplace, he said it's Facebook Marketplace, isn't it? And I said yes. He said we know about it because.
But who were you talking to that said we know?
After customer that's coming back and saying they never got the money and they paid them the 500.
I know. Who were you talking to that said all this? Did you talk to someone from Zelle?
No, not Zelle. From Chase.
Chase. Okay. But I'd like to know if
it's
anyone.
Probably a phony baloney email that she gets saying this amount of money has been transferred into your Zelle account.
Oh, and it wasn't
and
really.
It wasn't, and then she's sending money back.
But if
which
she
is
sends
legit.
money, if she sends money back, it would have to be in the Zelle for her to send back. That's all.
In her Zelle.
Yeah. So if he sends it to a
well,
phony.
no, because they had her open up another account too.
That's stupid.
She had two accounts.
No, I just opened up one account.
Oh, I thought you said you opened up a business account.
No, she had to transfer it to a business account or change it.
And they said no, you would never have to do that. The Chase told me that you don't have to. Zelle doesn't have to have a business account.
I can't think of one thing.
Wait a minute. Then who sent you the notice saying that your Zelle account you could not receive money in your Zelle account?
I don't know who sent it. You just get that
that's
message
the scam.
whenever you go to. Whenever they send it, try to send it. That's the message.
It sounds like you think you're dealing with Zelle and you're not.
I don't know. I set up my
case.
account through Chase, and it says thanks for. And I do have a Zelle account there now.
No matter what, whether it's online or whether it's over the phone or anywhere, if anybody's going to send you money,
more money,
and want some back for shipping or for anything,
never do it.
It's all BS.
And you know what? Thanks, Janet, because before this, we used to think Zelle or Venmo was basically solid.
It's not, though. That's why I thought, too. But I said, I'm not going to do that because there's something fishy about me sending them back money. I've seen it too many times on your show. Oh, just send us back this or send us stuff.
Right. Thank you very much. Wow. 303-713-TALK. Ellie, what's going on with you, Ellie? Ellie, what's going on? Hello?
I wonder if she's listening to her radio.
Well,
Let me check in with her, Tom.
Here, would you talk to her and tell her I'll come right back to her?
You've been reading about Colorado thinking of passing rent restrictions?
Oh, not only rent restrictions, but universal income. How about that?
Well, the rent one's really crazy, man.
And not universal income? No, rent one too. But listen,
we're so short on housing.
Denver will be communist. Denver is communist. Denver's the #1 crime capital. Denver is fast becoming a place not to be.
We're California.
Yeah, but rent control is something that could actually pass here. And the problem is there's not enough places. If you think people are going to invest in new construction for rentals and you have rent control, you're insane.
Look, if you're renting, I don't know many people, honest to God, who make a killing in the rental market. I'm serious about that. Now, how are they doing it? How are they doing it? What does it call for?
Well, it calls for, if it's passed, it would take effect across the entire state.
And what would it do? Across the state?
The entire state, not just Denver. I thought it was just Denver.
And how would it...
Well, you could only raise rent to whatever. You could not raise rent after that.
Well, wait a minute. There must be a percentage you can raise it each year.
I don't know, man.
Okay, I'm going to look at it, or you look at it.
I am looking at it.
Living, Tom.
By the way...
The problem with it is they're doing it because they're saying there's housing shortages. They're so moronic. If they actually lock this in, who the hell's going to go build a new fourplex or a new apartment complex?
Or convert their home into a rental or buy a rental.
The only places I've ever seen anything like this work are like ski communities where you have to have people there that are running the show and they have to be able to afford to live there.
Hey, waterpros.net, listen to this, a full house water softener, and then you get the drinking water at the kitchen sink. Half price. That's normally under $1,000. It'll be around $500. And the whole house softener is under $2,000. It's the best prices, the best systems anywhere. Waterpros.net.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Denver area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 8101 East Prentice Avenue, Suite 475, Greenwood Village, Colorado, 80111. Online at CordellCordell.com.
All right, let's talk to Joe Chiano. Now, Joe is with MyMoneyMyWay.com. That's the website where you can reach him. I'll give you the phone number. He is really, really proud of what he does. He's a certified financial advisor. And he says everything he does is not based on speculation and gimmicks, but clarity and certainty. Now, that's two words I would never associate with financial things, Joe, not now. How come you can do that?
Well, you know, it's our value system, Tom. You know, we've been doing this for the last 50 years, and I know exactly what people want. They want to make money, and they don't want to lose any money, but they want to be clear on what they're buying. You'd be surprised. And I'm sure you're not surprised. But, I mean, you'd be surprised how many people come to my office where they bought the wrong product from the wrong advisor and they're losing their shirts off. And I believe in certainty. I don't believe, like you said, on speculation. Our clients haven't lost one single penny.
Think about that. Not a penny.
Yes, tremendous. Not a penny. So if you have clients that want to move their money away from the risk of the stock market, which is really uncertain, just like the economy is, we can actually transfer those IRAs, the 401ks, their investment accounts, into safety where the money can grow, guarantee growth, and is guaranteed not to lose one penny. And you know what people have said to me just this past week? I wish I would have heard you sooner. I wish I would have known you 10 years ago.
And that's true. That's true. Yeah. That's why I love talking about your services, and I'm going to talk more about a webinar you have coming up, and I think they need to protect that date, and I'll be doing those spots, too, for you. 303-779-6600. Ask about the seminar coming up, and that's mymoneymyway.com. All right. While we're on the subject of money, hey, you want some spare cash? You can turn in anything with precious metals, and David Ellis Jewelry will buy it. Now, we're talking about old bracelets, necklaces, mismatched earrings, coin collections, broken watches. If it has precious metal, he'll weigh it and pay it. Now, this is a name we've trusted for 30 years. Here's another thing about David Ellis. He'll also buy your used, vintage, or estate jewelry. 8779. Sorry. 303-322-8779. 3rd and Clayton. You know, when I had a leak the other day, not took a leak, I mean when I had a leak at my sink, Fix-It came out. Fix-It 24/7 for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. I love the way they do business. $39 for any call for them to find any problem. That's it. And if you have the work done, they credit you the $39. So the call's free, but you pay for the repair. Now, that's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. It's an easy, straightforward, honest, valued process. Fix it 24/7. FixMyHome.com. 720-526-3939.
So we land late as shit, and then, insult to injury, they keep us on the tarmac a half hour.
Mark, I am such a dickhead. That woman with the 30 emails, I called her out for it when I get off.
Good morning, Troubleshooter Show. Did you want to talk to Tom and the gang?
I don't know how old she is. She started crying.
Is she
she's
sweet?
Like, look, she's like, look, I just want you to know I
Hello?
got a little bit of a brain injury. Before my husband died, he used to beat my head and choke me.
Oh, my God!
I am such a dick. I apologized up and down to her. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I couldn't understand why you sent the same email 30 times. Now I know. Noah's Ark's going to go out. They actually have to be in Canyon City on Monday anyway. So they're going to go out, look at it, take pictures, photos, and figure out how we can help her.
That's great.
Is the husband dead, I hope?
Yes, he died.
Send me Bonnie Shield's number when you get a minute.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No rush. Anytime during. You can even write on a piece of paper if you want. Now, Ellie, Tom, this Ellie person sounds like she'd be a great
Troubleshooter
candidate
Show,
for that
what is your first name?
$288 deal.
Oh, really?
Pat, you said?
Right?
What is...
You said can't afford a new water heater.
No, because you know that water heater's going to be 30 years old.
The water heater's going to Euro Plumbing.
No, but she wants to fix it, it looks like.
We'll talk.
You know it's going to be 30 years old.
Yeah, but if they can't fix it, they'll diagnose it.
Yeah, but she can get a brand new one, what I'm saying, for $12.99.
Okay, yeah.
See that, and then, I mean, let's just see.
If she has $12.99.
Probably not. Yeah, it's really a trip down there, man. I love the Louisiana side or the New Orleans side, and I love the Slidell side. It's like two different fucking worlds, though. It's like two different fucking worlds, man.
Did you go get
one is crazy city life, and there's high crime and shit, but I don't feel like unsafe there. Nashville seemed a little sketchy. This doesn't. Yeah, I mean it. I was walking around at midnight trying to find a fucking pizza place.
Did you go get your vignettes?
That area? Anyway, what even brought your attention?
We went there a million years ago, pre-Katrina.
What about?
You know what? It
what
might have
about
been
Alabama area? Do they have waterfront?
Yeah, they call that. What's the name of that?
Bayou?
Florida-Bama.
Your new bed, because there's nothing better than staying in.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, 888heating.com has a deal for you, okay? $288, find, fix, or free. Do you know what that means? That means they can find and fix about 85% of the problems for $288, including parts, everything. But you have nothing to risk, because if it turns out to be really major, like a whole furnace or something, the call's free, but you get the diagnostic. That's 888heating.com for that deal. It's 303-770-2776. Now, let's keep going here and talk to Ellie, and I'll talk to you, too, when you have a problem, question, or complaint at 303-713-TALK. Okay, Ellie, what's happening?
Oh, yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, Ellie. What can I do for you?
Hear you better.
Yeah.
I've got an older gas-fired water heater.
Okay. How old?
Select. It looks like it might have been put in 1998. At least that's what it looks like on the manufacturing number.
Wow, I'm surprised. I'm surprised it lasted so long. 98. Oh, so man, it's over 20 years old. So what about it? What do you
I
need?
know.
What do you need? Is it working?
Well, what thermocouple replaced?
Wait. You cut out for a minute there. Did you say you had
daily, yeah.
Did you say you had your thermocouple replaced?
I'd like to get a licensed plumber who's competent to purchase the thermocouple.
Okay.
I don't really have the money to pay for a whole replacement at this time.
All right. Now, I just want to talk to you about this, okay? If you can get how do you know, just out of curiosity, how do you know it's a thermocouple that you need?
I don't know 100%, but I have spoken to some plumbers who no longer will just repair them. They just want to do a replacement.
That's right.
The fact that it's not leaking, the water, I can relight the pilot, but as soon as it reaches the heated temperature, it goes off and then shuts off the gas. And so I don't know for sure, but there's a good chance that's what it is. And it's at least an affordable, it's at least worth it.
It sounds like your gas valve, but it could be a thermocouple. A thermocouple, here's how you know if the thermocouple is good or bad. Does the pilot, is it a pilot or is it an ignition?
It's a pilot light.
Does the pilot light stay on? If it does, then the thermocouple is good.
It stays on just for the first round of heating, and then as soon as it reaches temperature, it completely shuts off.
Oh, you mean the pilot goes out too? The pilot also goes out?
Yeah, so once the pilot is lit, and so I manually, I wait the 5 minutes, let all the gas do out, restart it like I'm relighting a pilot light. It'll light and the burner comes on and it heats the water. But as soon as it hits the temperature, the pilot light shuts off the pilot light and all.
That doesn't sound like a thermocouple, because the thermocouple. But I'm not. It may be. It may be. It could be the gas valve. It could be the gas valve itself, whose senses it shuts down. I don't know. But here's the deal.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get someone to talk about it on the air. Just talk about it. And then if you want someone to come out and do that, you're right. You're right about this. Most people may want to replace that at that age, because a thermocouple, they're going to charge to come out about $300 minimum.
I bet more than that.
I said minimum $300. That's cheap, but service calls and thermocouples, and they're going to have to diagnose it. Oh man.
Is there anyone that you know that would maybe come out and take a look at it at least without charging me to come look at it?
I think that he's a good guy. Do you think he might?
I mean, he might come out and look at it.
A nominal fee?
The fact that it's 25 years old is what she's up against.
It's really Ellie, it's almost like they're doing you a disservice by if you invest.
They don't want to own that water heater.
No, I understand that.
Because
I understand that, but a new one is about $2,000, and
okay. Actually, what size is your water heater?
The current water heater is 40-gallon, 40,000 BTU.
Okay, you can get a much better one
brand
new, taking the old one out. Everything that you need for $12.99 right now.
Yeah, that's
now,
new gas lines. It's everything.
I'm not trying to sell you. That's new gas flex line, new water supply lines, tearing out the old one, taking it away, putting the new one in. Now, the reason I'm telling you this, there's a reason. If you put in a thermocouple, there is no way in hell that heater's going to last another couple of years, and you could be spending.
Absolutely, I know that.
So I'm saying, if you put in a thermocouple, if you do, for maybe $500 or so, if you amortize that over the next 2 or 3 years, it's just not worth keeping that one. Whereas the $12.99. I mean, I have never heard of a water heater deal cheaper, and I'm not trying to sell it. It's just that this guy truly is doing it at the lowest price we've ever seen. And you can even do a 50.
Oh, well,
go ahead.
If that's installed, because that's not a price I've gotten that's not any kind of quote or bid I've gotten.
Well, you didn't try EuroplumbingColorado.net. Now listen, For those listening, this is not a set-up call. This is the real deal. She's calling me.
It's the real deal.
No. She's calling me, and the price I'm giving is not a made-up price just for this call to get people to call. This guy, he's such a good man. Now, we met him, Mark met him, and introduced him to me. And, Mark, how did you meet him?
You know, honestly, I don't remember.
He emailed us something about he was an immigrant. He started this company, and he said he learned a lot about business and English listening to the show.
There's a little bit of a backstory that's unbelievable to me. He does repiping, and he does it less than anybody in the state.
Repiping, right.
But I'm not going to say who, but there's a lot of these companies that advertise on TV, and he's the one that does the majority of all their work.
Yeah, they subcontract to him. And when he saw what they were charging, he wanted to do it directly and save people money. Now, this guy is for real. His name is Dimitar Kostarev. Now, Dimitar, he came from Bulgaria. He said he always wanted to own his own business. I swear to God, when you talk to him, you want to cry and he says, and all I want to do is make enough money to keep doing it. That's what he said. Now, I priced out some of these heaters because they're by the way, they're A.O. Smith or Rheem. Okay, they have full warranties, and I priced out some of these, even at big boxes, and trying to do it myself and trying to hook it up and trying to tear the old one out and hauling it away. You can't do it. I mean, this guy is just set up to do it. And I'm telling you, we're not going to charge. He's not going to. I say we. He's not going to charge you a penny more. It's $1,200. There might be tax. I don't know that. $1,299.
Yeah, there's tax, I'm sure.
$1,299. And I'm going to give you his number. I'm even calling ahead. You just call him. And Ellie, I want you to report to me. I'm not going to call and say, take good care of Ellie. I want you to do it and see what happens.
And he might give you the option of repairing. You got to ask him that.
Just ask him.
But if you drop $500 into that, you're nuts.
Yeah. Now tell him.
No, I really don't want to. I just couldn't afford the two.
See, $1,299 you can almost put on a credit card.
He'd be straight up with you too. I mean, if he thinks it'll fix it for a while to get you by, he'll tell you.
This guy is not a huckster. I'm telling you, you're going to get a good feeling.
Work like, do you know if he does that?
I'm sorry. Do you know what?
Replaced and does he do other kind of minor plumbing, like replace a faucet?
I'm not sure. You got to ask him.
I mean, that's not his bread and butter by any means, but yeah.
Okay. But I mean, if he's already out on that thing.
Why don't you call and talk to him?
Old house with okay, I'll do that.
And tell them it's okay to say, hey, Tom Martino told me. I want you to. And not that I want people to know they can cold call him and they're going to get the price. Now, it's 303-668-6844. I am so happy that you called us. It's 303-668-6844 instead of going to Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or Angie's List or any of that crap. I really, really thank you for calling us. By the way, I also want you to call Dan McKenzie for all of your needs for estate planning and trusts and staying out of probate or whatever you need to do. Dan McKenzie is the guy that we use on the show as an expert for estate planning. He's a wonderful man, and it's McKenzie Law, okay? And I'm going to give you an easy number to remember, 833-CO-PLANS. That stands for Colorado, 833-CO-PLANS. Online, coplans.com.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Well-behaved driving throughout the Denver metro for the 11 o'clock hour. No major complaints out there on the roads and freeways. I-25 north and southbound showing posted speeds into and out of downtown. Heading east and leaving the airport, Pena Boulevard southbound. Construction work continues between Tower Road and 56 with heavy delays throughout the area for folks leaving DIA this morning. I-70 east and westbound, no complaints from one end of town to the other. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. It was a mess yesterday with wintry weather. Luckily, we're seeing things warm up significantly. Mostly sunny skies with a high of 32 in the afternoon. Overnight low of 12. The current temperature is 23 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When most people think of the Salem witch trials, they think of Arthur Miller's play, The Crucible. But the truth of what happened is a lot more complicated than Broadway. We'll have that story. Be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, let's talk about septic systems. Now, we do a lot of talking about plumbing, right? Well, with septic systems, you want an expert. You don't want a regular plumber. And that expert is Boonstra Excavation. Truly a great company for septic systems. Whether it's the entire system or you're repairing any part of a septic system. And there are so many septic systems in use. SepticColorado.com. Into the mountains, the Front Range, the prairie, the eastern plains. He'll do it all. SepticColorado.com. 20% off all products and services. 970-278-6151. 970-278-6151. People are still doing mortgages, reverse loans. With a reverse loan, let's put it this way. Let's say you just get a line of credit for emergencies. It's never been better, not a better time to get it, because that line will grow by the interest rates. So right now they're growing by 7%. Right now. Every year, and it compounds. Now, if rates go down a little, they go down, but it still grows every year. So the longer you have it, the more you have to borrow, no matter what your house value does. Find out more at empowerreverse.com, 720-500-7719. That's empowerreverse.com, 720-500-7719. FixMyHome.com. That's Fix It 24/7. I've known George for many, many years, the owner. I'll tell you, the Fix It people have one thing in mind: dedication for excellence in service, honesty, value, whatever it takes. And they have this furnace thing. Hey, you may be thinking, why do I need a furnace tune-up? Well, you can get an AC tune-up as well. You can do either or. $39. You'll never get a better service, better cleaning, and a better straightforward analysis of your system with a no breakdown guarantee. I'm telling you, it's such a special. It's like a refurbishment of the system. They actually do it. They don't just look at it. 720-526-3939.
I thought learning a language would be too much work. Then I discovered Babbel. They make learning fun. J'aime Babbel.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes. Quick and easy. And soon, you turn and realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen?
My friend from Italy said my accent and pronunciation is perfect. It's because Babbel's lessons are designed by language teachers and voiced by real native speakers. Each lesson is like living in another country for 15 minutes.
I love that there's all kinds of ways to learn. Babbel's podcast or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
You learn words and phrases you actually use in real conversations.
In 3 weeks, I was starting to speak in another language. So easy.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than Babbel.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Dan Cicchini here. If you're going to do it right or don't bother. If our Done Right family can help your family, call us. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors, you have our word for future right at Done Right. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com. One of the more popular remodeling projects these days is replacement windows. Why? Your old windows aren't nearly as efficient as the modern technology. And you and I both know stuff wears out. Hi, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Windows and Doors. And why Done Right? The best answer to why is, why not? Todd?
Well, Dad, there's no reason not to, but lots of reasons too, such as top quality windows and doors, built to size and fit many budgets, lots of color and style options, expert installers that are employees, not subcontractors, decades in business, fair pricing, satisfaction guaranteed, and the list goes on. Oh, and at Done Right, they'll find full service installations, complete.
$650. I know, so I'm meeting him at 6 o'clock. We're going to have dinner together. He's going to give me the contract and the information. We'll see if we can help him out. I told him we would be more than happy to take a look into it. Of course you do. You invented it.
My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver. Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution.
Navage. Glad I'm not eating.
Clean out your Navage.
And stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid.
You are so
Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Alonso Medina RV.
Talk Station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255 is the number for help, information, referrals. Constance, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, it's a very long story, so I'll try to make it short and sweet for you. I went through kind of a brutal divorce many years ago. I took over, I bought my husband's share out, took care of that house for 12 or 13 years. Killed me.
Now, it's been how long since your divorce?
Well, now it's probably about 10 or 12 years.
Okay.
But I took care of this big house by myself, and finally it was time to sell because it was affecting my health. So long and short of it, I find a realtor, and I work with him, find a piece of real estate. It looked fine. Everything looked good. And then when I got to the closing table...
Now, is this the selling or the buying part?
Well, now I sold the big house, and now I was buying this townhome.
Okay.
Working with this realtor. Okay, so when we got to the closing table now, it hit me, and I don't miss a trick, but I was so spent from taking care of that thing. I said to him, before the closer came in, we never had a walkthrough. And I don't skip a beat. I don't know how I did it, probably exhaustion. And he looked at me and he said, oh, you have nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be fine. Now, if I was sharp...
Well, wait. What does it mean everything's going to be fine? I don't understand. What do you mean? Did he say we're going to delay the closing? What did he say?
No. I will. If I was thinking clearly, I would have said, "Stop the closing. We need a walkthrough."
Of course. So wait a minute. What did you take that to mean? Everything's going to be fine. What did you take it to mean?
That the property was going to be in A1 condition.
No, well, that's absolutely. In fact, every paper that you signed said you're taking it in the condition it is. There was a disclosure sheet as well. The disclosure sheet, according to Colorado, has to list every defect. Did you get a disclosure sheet?
I did get a disclosure sheet, but the things that started happening here, like, for example, the first day that I came in, the carpets were trashed. They were trashed. And I called him and I told him and I said, you assured me everything was fine.
No. Hey, hold on. I'm sorry, Constance. You can't go by, you assured me everything was fine. You can't. Now, listen, I'm serious. He didn't assure you the carpets were perfect. I mean, he just said there'll be, I don't even know what he said, but here's what I want to know. Did you have an inspector?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
He didn't mention anything that the carpets need replacing?
No.
How'd you find the inspector?
I think it was a referral from a client of mine. It's been a while. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm just...
Listen, I don't mean to scold you. I don't mean to scold you, Constance. I just need to know, after the closing, okay?
Yes.
You saw that the carpet was trashed. What else?
I called him and I said,
hold on. I need to know something before we go on. Is that the only problem, the carpeting?
No, that evening the washer and the dryer didn't work.
Okay, now why didn't the inspector see that the washer and dryer didn't work?
Well, apparently, from my and I did call this guy just recently, not as me, as somebody else, to see what he covered, and he says we don't cover. I said, you cover washer and dryers in your inspection? He says, no, nobody does that anymore.
Well, not if it's included in the sale, they do. But in any case, he should have at least tried to turn it on. So I need a list of everything that's wrong first to see what the disclosures and compare it with disclosures. Carpet's not on the disclosure. Washer and dryer might be. It might say our appliances. In working order. So what else went wrong? You said carpet was trashed.
Microwave blew out the next morning. The back burner on the stove didn't work. Dishwasher goes on and off. It goes on and on. The biggest thing, I was here a year, and I
wait. You were here a year. How long? Wait, when did you close on this?
It's been a few years now.
Well, hold on, Constance. There's nothing you can do after a couple years of.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
Hold on. I shouldn't say this. Unless, listen carefully. Unless they lied to you on the disclosure. Did they lie to you?
Yes. Okay.
Did they?
All right. Well, yes. I was looking for my disclosure. The other problem I have is I'm not very good on the computer. It's on the computer. I'm digging. I think I found it this morning right before I called you.
But here's what the disclosure says. Okay, for example, are the appliances in working order? It says yes, no, do not know. Okay? They might have listed do not know. You signed that disclosure sheet. So you need to look it over and then call us back. I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, but you're wasting time. It doesn't matter what's wrong with the place. If you bought it as is, subject to the disclosure, you did. There are no guarantees whatsoever. I hope there's not more. So you said the carpet, washer and dryer, and the microwave and the oven. And the stovetop. What else?
Then the kitchen sink literally fell through the countertop one morning.
And what else?
Literally fell through the countertop. Toilets were not working properly.
What was it?
There were quite a few things, but I'll pull up. I don't want to waste your time, but
I'm trying to find out if there's anything that's on the disclosure. I don't think the kitchen sink, the washer and dryer and the stovetop and the microwave would probably be on the disclosure as built-in appliances or appliances. The kitchen sink wouldn't be. So what else? Anything else?
I called that inspector. I started thinking last week or the week before. I'm going to call this inspector and see exactly what he covers. So I called that. It's not me. It's somebody else. And I said, a friend of mine had this issue where she purchased a property, and believe it or not, the sink fell through the granite countertop, blah, blah, blah. I said, when you come out, because he kept telling me how fabulous he was and how he checked everything out. I said, well, let me just ask you, is that something that when you come to a piece of property that you will check and see that it's properly supported and all that?
No, they don't do that at all. No.
Well, he on the phone he said he did.
Okay. Are you talking about the home inspector now?
Yes.
All right, do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Otherwise, everything's speculation. Send me the disclosure sheet and send me the inspection report. Okay? I'll see if you've been ripped off.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. 2 for $6, the best deal in fast food.
No major incidents on the Denver roads and freeways as we close out that 11 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing intended highway speeds into and out of downtown. The same goes for I-70. We're looking at clean speeds to and from DIA. Leaving DIA, Pena Boulevard southbound road construction continues with minor delays between Tower Road and 56th. South of there, I-225 north and southbound, easy driving for our friends in Aurora and DTC. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies out there today. Significantly warmer than yesterday with a high of 32 degrees, hopefully melting some of that snow off. Tomorrow, the snow will definitely melt with a high of 47. The current temperature in Denver is 26 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, 10-piece Crispy Nugs, or a medium strawberry lemonade. Pair any two for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6.
Window coverings come in all shapes and sizes. fabrics, materials, both soft and hard, and various measurements. Get all of them measured and estimated for free, and a designer to help you. Now, if you order from Made in the Shade, not only do they do that, but they install it with their in-house team and guarantee it all. Famous brand names, some guaranteed for life, all the installation guaranteed, and they do it at different price levels for your budget. You can't even do it yourself for the convenience and value of Made in the Shade. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. Why don't you Google them or look them up at referralist.com? You know, there's a conventional way to sell a house with all the good people and get your top price if you can. But now with interest rates the way they are and people staying put more, you might want to just call Home Vestors. That's right. Home Vestors buying thousands of homes. You may think, nah. But if you're in a hurry, you need a check, you don't want to do any kind of inspection reports, you don't want to do any loan, you don't want to wait for loan approvals, and you just want to get out of there, 800-44-BUYER. You never know. They might give you the price you want. 800-44-BUYER.
This year is the year to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone. No matter what's inspiring you to learn a language, travel, work, family, or just for fun, the Rosetta Stone app makes it easy to get started and stay motivated to reach
One of those bags or those little containers for pissing in at the hospital. You know what I'm talking about? It's got the big mouth thing.
My current favorite, now you're never going to look at it the same.
But it should be day surgery.
Gallon of cranberry.
Yeah.
The opening.
As long as they can, the whole thing, they can do a pasta.
Have you
in other words,
watched,
they can do it from the back.
the show You
Day
on
surgery.
Netflix?
No.
Sometimes they have to go through the side or through the front.
It's a good show, man. I dig the fuck out. Oh, man.
Trey Gowdy. Why? We need these guys back in office. They're not doing anything. They're not helping. He's retired.
Breaking, Tesla's recalling 300,000 electric vehicles.
Can't they just do that with a push of a button? Can't they do like, return home?
Most of their recalls are fucking all software updates. Like 99%.
Oh, 360 for full self-driving beta software may cause crashes.
Does
Dan just paid for that to check it out. I was going to ask him if he likes it.
Do most of the cars, is it an option to have its own phone number so it can update itself over 5G?
It has its own 5G cell, and in the S, that's the only one I know, the internet portion of it is all included in the cost of the car. So it's got its own phone built in that's paid for forever.
Okay, so it does. So the car has its own number.
It's got its own 5G, yeah. It's got its own cell.
2016 to 2023 Model S.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And it's fast as shit because you can watch Netflix, you can play games. I mean, as long as you're parked, you can do all that. And there's no, it works good. The 5G works really good.
Yeah.
But we had some recalls. We had one that wasn't a recall. That was a problem they fixed. But the recalls we've had, they basically send you an email saying, hey, you've got a recall. You got to tell your car to do the software update when it's plugged in. And that's it. And it's shit like this, like the windows, if the temperature reaches a certain amount, the windows might go down a half inch. Might be just one back window or one front, or the mirrors might come in if they see something. It's weird shit like that, and then the update will just readjust. You don't even fucking notice it. I have no idea if the window's up or down.
Oh, Constance hung up.
Oh, fuck. I figured I'd get a second win, but...
You will.
When did you get in?
Dude, I'm so... Okay.
What time? You got into the house at 3 in the morning or something?
3:15. So here's what happens, dude.
So did they tell you what?
I get to the airport, supposed to leave at 11.
10.
Or 10. I end up leaving there past midnight. And
So did they? Is surgery urgent, imminent, not
so we sit
elective? What did they tell you?
And I'm just fucking Me and everybody else
Right.
is fucking livid.
He cannot sit like that. He cannot.
Last
sit
year we
around.
had a mechanical CU that 4 hours.
That's I don't even know. They wouldn't let people get up and pee and shit.
I know.
Like,
I had the same thing, Tom.
Where you're not supposed to stand up.
Well, our problem, and
I don't like
not
being
to try
seen
to,
like this.
I know.
This isn't a competition, but our problem.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We have time for phone calls, and we have another 2 hours to go, so you can help us solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. Listen, Harris Family Law can do mediation for any divorce. Now, you can, we talk about all our services, estate planning, divorce, mediation. Mediation is one of the smartest things you can do. If you talk to Rich and say you want mediation, he'll talk to both of you and get it set up. And if you can go through mediation and erase the anger, you can save thousands of dollars. 303-515-5000, 303-515-5000. Now, whatever is on your mind, give us a call. We have a lot of stuff that has come up over the last few days we have to warn people about, because it's always amazing to me how many problems repeat themselves because people are not hip to them. And the one that stood out to me was the employment scam. The employment scam was a really big deal, where this poor girl worked for a month, and luckily her mom had a suspicion after a month. But she worked for, let's say, company A. And when it came time to get a paycheck for $2,000 for, I think, the week or 2 weeks, when it came time for 2 weeks, when it came time to get the paycheck, she got a check from company B. Now, she worked for company A. And when she got the check from company B, it wasn't a paycheck. It was just a check made out to her from company B. And she never heard of company B before, ever. Never heard of company B. But it was for more than $2,000. It was for $5,000. Company A told her, don't worry about it. That's an affiliated company. Deposit the check. And with the extra money, you'll be buying stuff for the company A, for company A. Now, mind you, this check was made out to company B. The next week, she got another check from company C, a paycheck for more money. Her mom says, that doesn't sound right. You're getting paid from companies you never heard from or heard about. And you're spending your money for stuff for the company instead of them buying. Turns out, those companies never wrote those checks to her. They were stolen or forged checks. And company A was having her cash them in her account and buying stuff for them. They were perpetrating a fraud, and she looked like the one who was doing it. More coming up.
Looking to brighten what she did for company A for a month. If it's
She was making appointments or something, she said. I think they gave her busy work.
Oh, they did give her busy work. Okay.
So I'm sitting here and I get a fucking email from Thrifty Car Rental, who I just used.
Okay, hang tight. Listen to the phone.
These fucking assholes, when I picked up the car, they were closed, so it said go over to Hertz or wherever. So I go over there. Do you want insurance? No, I got my own, blah, blah, blah. These assholes charge me for fucking insurance, which costs more than the goddamn rental.
They have some sort of dash cam going, and they're looking for a candle supply.
No, it's not. They're fucking
in
assholes.
an alleyway
Where is
somewhere.
this at?
It's on TikTok. I see the video. Well, I don't know where we...
Hey, this is Deputy Doc from the Martino Show. Is Bonnie available?
They're on a loading dock, and they go barreling on.
Oh, my God.
All right, I will. Yeah, just tell her Deputy Doc called, and I will give her a call after the show.
And you can hear the engine is like...
Thank you.
Now it's, just nightmares.
What a great, I got 3 people, no shit, that have emailed that they can vouch for Euro
You
Plumbing.
could care less about the car.
3 people I've gotten emails on.
Okay, so now I'm going to call you out on something. You won't do the Netflix thing because the whole Obama thing, but you'll support the Chinese with your TikTok.
Oh, yeah, but they get dick pics occasionally. so fucked.
All right, it's about 50-50 from here.
Hey, Hobson,
Switch.
here you go. No dick pics on TikTok.
Isn't it amazing Trump's still in the news? I mean, it's really fucking
but
amazing.
It's funny. I do get messaged on TikTok. How long
He's
have you been on
challenging
this
the
site?
Georgia
What are you
election. They
looking
said
for?
nothing. Why does he feel?
I'll tell you, if Nikki Haley gets a nomination, I'm going to campaign for her.
Wow, where are you located?
I think
kind of fun. I say my
Ron
name,
would be better.
what town I'm in, and my
But she'd be my second pick right now.
I just said if she gets a nomination.
I sort of vaguely say what I do for a living so that I can occasionally post pictures of football and basketball games. I'm like, that's what I do. I'm at games. But otherwise,
I have some friends that live in
Have you-
Florida,
vagueness off
and
their
they say
talent?
everybody just loves DeSantis.
my what?
Is your vagueness off-air talent? Is
Well,
that
just
what
that
you
I'm
said?
an audio engineer.
Oh.
And I run audio for live events.
All right, gotcha. I approve.
But I thought, I better stay the same age so I don't forget who I've told.
So I was never in the
I'm
military.
gonna go with Shannon. Different
I get at least 2 emails a day asking me about if I was at Camp Lejeune.
Kind of fun.
It's your age.
Probably is.
And I'm like, hey, listen.
Well, of course. You fit the demographic they're looking for.
Fellers
What's weird, though, is you would think they'd know, oh, you know why? Because here is a shitload of contractors and civvies.
Yep. So, Mark, I'll tell you about my experience getting a new driver's license because my wallet was lost.
You mean you had to take a test?
No, I couldn't believe this. So I called up on Wednesday, made an appointment for Thursday at 3:15. Got there at 3 o'clock, a little bit early. I was out of there in 20 minutes.
Would you have a social and what else?
I had to bring I brought my passport, and I just moved.
And birth certificate.
No, just the passport, and I brought a deed to my house.
Okay.
Because I was changing addresses.
Yeah, if you have two things, it's quick.
It took me, but the thing with the appointments is great.
I know, it's
It's a smart. They should have done that years ago.
Appointment with what?
DMV.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I got a new license in 20 minutes, Tom.
Well, they trained people to do that during COVID because that was the only way you could do
Oh,
it.
it was great.
Yeah, Douglas is pretty
Oh,
good.
no, they did give me an eye test because they said I wear glasses. So I just read off the thing.
Yeah.
But
You know, I got bummed out. I could squint my way through that shit up till about 40. Then I go in there being cocky again. I was like, oh, fuck. I'll be wearing glasses.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want. I want to be on my driver's license wearing glasses. I can't see without them.
She's sort of took some stuff on the
I called the woman out on the air.
How's that
Now
work
I'm
with
a dickhead.
contacts? You got to tell them you wear contacts? They'd never know. How the fuck would they know?
Yeah, do you want me to
They
explain
wouldn't.
and then you
They
tell
wouldn't.
them punch
So
or
you
what?
could simply take the
if somebody
test
calls
and-
because
Yeah, you don't
she's
have to
having
say
a
shit.
Well, like you
contractor
said, who
issue
gives?
down
I
in
mean,
Union City.
if I'm
They
driving,
call
I'm wearing
Douglas
glasses or I can't see.
whatever.
Exactly. I want to be able to see the signs.
Who would
Call
want to
Jester,
not
said, email
be
us
able to see?
pictures, We'll get you on tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah, one of the last colors.
She emailed over 30 times
When was
overnight,
President's
and
Day?
a lot of them were the
It's
same
going to this
pictures.
Monday. There's no.
Yeah, we're off.
The studio is closed.
So when
Did you know
Mark
that?
says on the, right,
Yeah, we're
when
gone.
Don't show
Mark
up
says
on
when you're
Monday.
gonna look at pictures,
Saturday,
I said,
Sunday, Monday.
which of the 30 emails do you want? That's what I said on the air. Like it was.
Is it just me, or is there seem to be
What,
more and more
Shannon?
fucking national vacations
Yeah,
out here?
yeah,
It
like
is.
which one do you want, right? Like,
God
Well,
damn
now
you
Denver
fucking
celebrates
come on, man.
Cesar
What's
Chavez.
wrong with this?
Denver
What's wrong with the
celebrates
internet?
Cesar Chavez Day.
so we get off.
What is it?
We
Cesar
get off.
Chavez Day
Our people are going
is
to go
a
look
Denver
at it. I
holiday.
get on with her. She goes.
For Denver public
starts
schools
crying,
and
You know what's not anymore?
what?
Christopher Columbus.
Oh, they took that away?
They booted the Italian.
Wow.
I don't think there's a parade or anything anymore. Not here.
There probably isn't a parade. I know in New York they still do.
Do they?
Yeah.
You are as bad as.
Yeah, but my point was,
Boy, if they canceled everybody that had to do with anything, there wouldn't be a son of a bitch walking around over the age
I
of
was
3.
about 6 or 7 years old. My dad belonged to a union in New York. And we marched in the Columbus Day parade. And it was such a kick to be in a parade. And just, I thought it was the coolest thing.
I apologize to
you
the
know,
woman. I'm like, I am
I didn't know who Columbus
so
was at
sorry.
that
I
age.
am such
It
a
would be
jerk.
cool.
I
always
didn't
thought
know
the
that. I
Thanksgiving
couldn't
Day
understand why you
debates would
sent
be
so
cool.
many.
That's one place I've never done New Year's. That'd be a trip
New
too, but
York?
man, yeah, it looks crazy. Oh, I take that back. I did it from the air We flew around in a little
really?
Cessna 210 around the Statue of Liberty, a
Shannon
little
and
higher
his
than the
sick
fireworks went.
jokes about it.
That was
Then he makes me laugh at his joke, which makes me a bigger dickhead.
No.
Statue of Liberty.
Well, no, it was it was around the Statue of Liberty, but it was 4th of July.
I've done it here.
Or no, it was fucking New Year's. It wasn't 4th.
I've done it here.
You know, you're like,
I
brace
went to see
yourself.
fireworks, but I didn't do it.
The best fireworks.
Brace yourself. I'm about to be way out of line here.
You had the tall ships and the bicentennial celebration. There were so many people downtown. I thought the island was going to, like tilt.
You know, I was thinking of my grandfather.
Oh, beautiful.
That's what makes our
He
show
was born
special.
in 1899.
Wow.
So he was born in the 1800s, barely, and then lived all through the 2000s. And if he was still alive now, well, fuck, he'd be 100. He'd be 126.
Right.
But he would have seen
Later.
3, not millenniums. What is that? 3 what?
3 centuries.
3 centuries.
You know, my dad died at 101. He was born in 1912.
Can you hear me
And
in
he
Dragon?
Now I can.
Guess what Dragon and his wife bought?
A Volkswagen Bug.
No, Made in Pans.
Oh, yeah, they're badass, man.
Freaking glorious, man. I love them.
What's badass?
She loves hers.
Yeah.
Don't say that to Tom, though. He'll say, oh, that's the worst gift ever.
What?
Well, in fairness, I do all the cooking, so I got them really
that's
for
not the worst.
myself.
Pans.
But they're glorious.
They're unbelievable, man.
She loves them.
There's
you're
other
if you're a
brands that
cook,
aren't as
it's a
good
great
that
gift.
cost 3 times the amount.
Right.
It's a great gift if you're
And
a
they're
cook.
made in the USA.
They're just
All
bulletproof.
right, 10 seconds, guys.
You better learn some of the tricks like Suzanne has.
The proper flip.
Then you don't have to touch my dinger.
But Tom, love touching your dinger.
The Troubleshooter Show.
Hey, I'm Tom. Welcome to the show. More than 40 years solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making my life just a little easier. And for a big part of that, Suze was with me. My God, a long time. Yeah. And then, I'm not going to tell you how much, but one time she was doing year-end and found money that I didn't even know we had somewhere, and it was sitting somewhere. Do you realize, honest to goodness, it was I don't know how it happened, but she could have stolen it. No, I swear to God, she could have taken it. I would have never known.
Or you would have simply never found it, and it would end up in some Schuetz fund years and years down the road.
Funds, that's right. S-cheat. I don't know why they call it. Why do they call it S-cheat? Anyway, let's go to the phones. Then something fun. We'll talk about a few things. There's a pattern going around on the internet. They hire professionals to word things on websites in a misleading way. They hire people on. I'm going to give you a hint. Here's one, and then I'm going to go to the phones. Here's one. When you try to terminate a membership, okay, they put up a panel that says, terminate membership. Are you sure you don't want to maintain membership? Then there has continue and cancel. If you hit continue, you cancel, which makes it sound like you might continue membership. If you hit cancel, you cancel the cancellation. And so, therefore, they continue billing you. So listen carefully. Terminate membership. Are you sure you don't want to maintain membership? Then there's 2 buttons, continue or cancel.
Sounds straightforward to me, Tom.
Oh, it does not.
It does.
So what would you hit there?
If you cancel, then you're canceling the request.
And if you continue, you'll cancel the membership.
Yeah, then you continue on
come
to
on. I think it's misleading. I'm sorry.
I don't.
I think it's maybe I have a simple mind. Juan, what's going on with you, Juan? What's happening?
Yes, Tom. I know you get a lot of calls about people complaining about their homes after they rent or they purchase. And I was wondering if it would be a good idea if both parties can agree to do video walkthroughs.
Now, in an apartment, I believe there should be a walkthrough in the beginning with a condition sheet signed by both parties. I don't think video would do it. That's in a rental, because too many rentals end up with the tenant paying for previous damage, and they keep charging the tenants over and over and over, and that bothers me. But
I mean, before you rent a location and you walk through with the owner, you can record.
Oh, you can, sure. But if you had a sheet, yeah, either one. You need something.
And that way, and you know, especially when it comes to the condition of the carpet,
right,
or the walls and stuff like that, you can recall all that.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Same,
but you have to have proof that you were both there.
Same thing with a purchase of a home. I think it would be a good idea if both parties were to agree to do a video walkthrough.
Why on a purchase, though? I don't get it.
Well, I mean...
So somebody can't come back after they bought it and say, you didn't tell me about that.
I'll give you one example. I bought a house in Aurora about 20 years ago, and it was listed with a washer and dryer. And, you know, there was a washer and dryer there when I saw it, but when I bought it, they had put 2 dryers on there. They took the washer with them. They had switched, which was not a big deal.
I don't know if the video would do anything in that case, so.
Well,
you know, if you're spending
the rental, it's a great idea.
If you're spending several $100,000 on a purchase, how could you not walk through it?
Well, it's not just that, Doc. I mean, in Colorado, it's got to be a contract. It's got to be in writing. I don't even know if a video would do anything.
No, but only if you had if you put up in front of the camera a picture of a document that you both signed, and then you include that document. You each have a copy of the document. Now you have the video, but you have the document saying you were both there on that date taking that video.
You don't think the disclosures or whatever the actual contract to buy sell wouldn't be beyond that?
I like the disclosure. I like the disclosure, but the thing I don't like about the disclosure is people put
they don't know. Mark,
now,
but how
don't
could
know
you
to
spend that
me
much
means
money and not walk through it?
Yeah, people do.
Now, but Juan, it's a good idea, man.
With selling homes, though, I'll tell you a trend just because we've been looking. It's crazy how many people are videoing you in their house for numerous different reasons, and I'll say this.
Secretly videotaping you?
Well, the cameras might be out in the open, but they're everywhere, so yeah.
And they want to hear what you say about the house.
Yeah, and I am guilty of this in a house we sold. I knew exactly.
And you heard what they were thinking.
Yeah, and I knew what they were going to do, and everything worked out perfectly.
Hey, let's offer them this, or let's say this.
Everything. I mean, but we'll go up to this. I mean, but when I'm on the other side of it now, and anybody out there looking at a house,
don't disclose anything.
Don't talk inside the house.
No, some people,
or even outside by the Ring doorbell.
Some people call their wives and say, "Honey, you're going to love it. Let's go up to this much."
Yep. You can't do it in a house anymore. You got to almost think they're listening to you negotiate.
In fact, in life now, almost anywhere.
Yep.
You should not be doing anything you don't want to be recalled.
Yeah, there's no expectation of privacy anymore outside of your own home.
No. Now, let's talk to Bob. Hello, Bob. Let's talk. What's going on?
Hi, Bob. Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call. You helped me many, many years ago with a cremation problem in Lakewood. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Well, I think I do. Was it that you didn't think you got the right ashes?
No, they was actually polluting the neighborhood.
That's right. That crematorium out there, they didn't have any. They weren't doing it at high enough temperature. The soot was coming out. Oh yeah, we did that. Well, not for radio. That was for Channel 4. And,
right.
Yeah.
And
so I don't get it. What was the deal?
Well, they weren't burning properly. You know, you have to do.
So the ashes were going up the flue, or what?
Well, we found debris and bushes and stuff that it was disgusting.
So your loved ones were scattered.
Yeah, kind of, and also they were mixing remains.
Yeah, they was, and they was doing burns for CU Medical School.
Right, and we saw bodies piled in each other.
There was a deal out in Georgia not that many years ago. The guy was taken in cremation left and right. He was slow. His parents died. He was the older kid that was slow.
Wasn't he keeping them?
He was throwing the bodies into a ditch. It got to the point where there was hundreds and hundreds, and the whole county started smelling, and that's how he got caught.
Oh, yeah. Well, Tom, you saved our whole neighborhood. because we found out that there was disoxin, mercurous oxide, and phosgene gas going up into the atmosphere. And we couldn't figure out what the ashes was on our car, but that's what it was. But I digress.
They were
I
friends.
do have another question for
Yeah.
you. Okay, so I'm trying to get credit reports to just see where our credit's at, because what I want to do is go ahead, and we have some credit card debt, about $9,000 worth. Want to move it to like an interest-free balance transfer,
Right.
which I'll do for like 21 months.
Right.
So, number one, at some point we're going to be going with one of the people on your list for a reverse mortgage. By doing that, is that going to hurt our credit score if we take that money out of those accounts and have it go to another one?
Now, if you right now convert to interest-free, no. If you reduce the debt, it will improve your score. If you keep the debt the same and simply transfer it, it won't hurt your score. No.
Okay.
Because you're not doing anything funny. Are you going to close? No. Now, if you close the accounts, once you transfer the balances, if you close those accounts, it will affect your score.
Right. No, we wasn't going to close them.
Good.
We just want to get away from the 24.45%.
No, you should. That, transferring to an interest-free offer is great, but you better pay it off because that'll go sky high too.
Right. And
I want to give a little tip here. If you close accounts against you. However, if you have multiple accounts that you don't use, it's great for you because they go by the percentage of credit used. Okay, so let's say you have a $5,000 limit on a credit card, one credit card, and you spend on that $5,000, even if you're going to pay it off monthly, you go up to $4,000 in charges. You get a very poor credit score for doing that because you're using like 90% or more of your available credit. Now, if you had 5 credit cards with 5,000 on them, limits, not 5, and then you charge that same 4,000, it would not affect your credit score at all. In fact, it would improve your credit score because you're using very little of your available credit. So they go by the amount of available credit that you use. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, but that's really great to know. So, Tom, I've been beating my head against the wall most of the morning trying to get credit reports. I've got one from Experian, and that was really easy. I'm trying to get another one from Equifax, and that's been a nightmare.
Just go to freecreditreport.com.
But that
it's annualcreditreport.com.
Okay.
Annualcreditreport.com. But
where is it hanging you up? Is it asking questions you don't know the answers to?
No, I knew the answers. Well, with Equifax, finally it said to call in.
Yeah.
And I called in, and after a long story with this lady, she says, well, I'm not sure why, but your account was locked. And I said, why was it locked? And she says, well, I'm not sure. So that wasn't any help.
Yeah, but you should be able to unlock it.
Well, she said she did.
Okay.
And I could go back in a half hour. But when I'm going into these places like TransUnion and everything, it says free credit report. But then at the end of it, there's hey, enter your credit card. So it's not free. So what site do I go to?
Wait. They have the free is free. It's free.
Annualcreditreport.com.
That's free.
If
period.
you want to score, then they're going to charge you. You simply don't want to score.
Oh, but I do want to score.
Well, then there's a small charge.
Or some credit cards have it.
Okay.
And
I
people
didn't
don't realize
that.
this. There are different FICO scores for different reasons.
Yep. If you're buying a house, that's one. If you're buying a car, that's another.
Right. And if you have applying for a credit card, that's yet another. Now,
okay.
Yeah. So in any case,
yeah, and I wanted to get the scores because, like I said, we want to transfer those balances.
If you have an Amex or if you have a Capital One or a Chase, all of those will give you a free credit report and a free score almost daily.
Okay. Experian was really easy. They gave me my credit score. It's 780. And, that was free, and they didn't charge me anything. So And I went through that in about 5 minutes.
Yep, annualcreditreport.com.
Anyway.
All right, perfect.
Thank you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Biden just gave a news conference on the flying objects. Do
you find it weird we didn't know they were there? I mean, I never thought of it before.
And because he was criticized for letting some of them exist a little longer, the people are very concerned in Albuquerque right now because...
It's balloon time.
On October 7th, this year, coming up later this year, they're afraid that Biden, that much older, a few months more older, and then a bunch of balloons go up in Albuquerque for the balloon festival, that he may shoot them down. And they're really concerned at this point.
We were talking about that Chinese one.
I got to take this break, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. They do maneuver those. I don't know how. Yeah, I have no idea how.
They must have some kind of propulsion
If you
rocket.
look at the thing, it stopped right over military bases. The whole thing.
They must have a little rocket in the...
You've heard the expression, trial balloon?
Yes.
That's exactly what the fuck it is. They wanted to see what's going to happen.
Well, now they know.
It was probably filled with COVID the 7th.
K&H Home Solutions, I've known them the whole time I've been in Colorado, more than 40 years. The oldest home improvement company in Colorado, like more than 65 years, I believe. And here's the deal. Right now they have a great sale going on, and you really owe it to yourself to check it out. From a company that I know and trust for all these years, and they have great warranties. KHWindows.com is the website, by the way, and they're doing 35% off all window siding and doors. And they have Provia, Softlight, James Hardy, and more. For full details, khwindows.com. All right, if you're ever accused of a wrongdoing or a crime, no, I don't think you're automatically guilty. Now, sometimes people do make stupid mistakes. There's certainly no reason why ever you have to drink and drive. But I digress. If you need help with anything, you call... The guy, Joe Lazzara, is such a cool guy because all of the initial consultations are free. And listen to this. You will get a flat rate from beginning to end for what you need, and you'll know exactly what he'll charge, and there's no nickel and diming. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
That one you talked about, free credit reports.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up real quick. I think they got sued big time.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah, misleading advertising. Free credit report lawsuit. Yep, 2 major lawsuits.
Okay.
I missed the conversation, but Casper the Ghost says Equifax has their own site for scores, all free, and then Credit Karma is free scores for TransUnion and Experian.
Yeah, the one I gave him has all 3.
Oh, I'm checking on his homework.
Checking on what?
His homework.
What do you mean?
Well, he's just got to clarify these charges if he wants me to book them right.
Oh.
Before he would just say, okay, this credit card's all for studio production, but he's changed that. Now some stuff's this and that, like it all goes in different buckets now.
Did you ever find out about this advertisement? Where he says more homes for more money. Weren't you going to talk to Frank about that?
Yeah, we did. We did it on air.
And what did Frank say?
He just pulled up the actual MLS stats, and he sells more.
So I'm taking off that one. Oh.
You coming to the studio tomorrow, or are you going to stay at home? Because we have the car guys coming in, right?
I'm not sure. I might take off tomorrow because I'm
4006.
feeling
Who the
shit.
hell is
I want to try to get.
Do you ever do that? Like if somebody's calling you, you're Googling the number?
Find out what kind of approach you're going to do.
What do you want?
Find
How
out
did
what
you
kind
get
of
my
approach
number?
you guys are doing.
Well, he says, here's what he
Troubleshooter
said.
Show, what is your first
His
name?
first choice is minimally invasive always, so we'll see.
If they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got
Hey,
Hey, hang on, David, hang on. I can, yeah. What's up? Yeah.
There's something on here that keeps showing up, and it's coming up a lot. $2.07
Uh-huh.
for digital.
Yep.
What the fuck is that?
Can you hear me?
Could be a movie round.
Can you hear me now?
I can't.
Switched off air.
For $2?
Can you hear me?
Can't rent movies anymore for $2.
There.
I don't know what Amazon.
Yeah.
They were on your last statement and you clarified them, so let me see how I booked them on your last statement.
It could be a movie, Mark, or something,
That's-
right? It could be.
Usually it's
That's right, $2.
It's $4.99 to rent and like $12.99 to purchase.
$2.07 every time
What's it on?
That's the cheapo movie.
on Amazon.
Is that maybe for your Prime membership?
Amazon, credit card, $2.
That's
Okay.
15 seconds here, Tom.
You told me education and research last time. Digital.
It's the porn movies.
Oh. Shoot, sorry about that, David. What did you want to talk
Hi,
to
Tom
about?
Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What's on your mind today and how can we help you? And
Let's talk to
speaking
Tom. Hang
of
tight. Yeah.
misleading
I'm sorry
things that
happened to you.
websites
That
are
is
doing,
so
this all
freaking
comes from
stressful.
a
Hang on
newsletter
minute,
I get
listen
called
through the phone.
Consumer World. It's a really good one, by the way. Anyway, so they talked about these sneaky things. This one, where you go to your checkout to the cart, and they include in it a protection plan without asking, or special wrapping or packaging. When you click on it, it says optional, but only after you click on it to highlight it.
It's an Amazon.
A lot of
Prime
people just
Video.
see the total and hit go ahead, make purchase. The other one they say is misleading, although it's not, they don't hide it from you, but a bit misleading, is you want to join something, and all you have to do is click to join. It's a trial period, but you have to call to cancel. You don't cancel online. And in order to call to cancel, you're shuttled through a call center, and people don't have patience. That's a big one.
Tom, it's also smacks of these advertisements on TV where if you purchase something, you have to cancel within 14 or 30 days. Otherwise, it's a recurring charge.
Right.
And most people don't read the fine print.
About the recurring charge. They actually are buying on, a lot of places are selling on subscription right now.
Right. So
Even Amazon, it comes up first as a subscription, and you have to say one-time purchase.
Exactly.
Now, David, what's on your mind? David, what's happening?
Yes, I lost my wallet, so I guess I need like the credit reporting agency's number.
Now, did you have any cash?
I had cash, but I have a note in there saying they can keep the cash. I just want the.
How much cash did you have?
Oh, really?
Probably 150 to 200. Not
Why would you have a note and you
Yeah,
just
is that a just in case note?
Yeah, is that a just in case
just in
note?
case. I mean, yeah, just in case. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, David, welcome to the club. I lost my wallet 3 weeks ago also.
Oh my gosh.
Now you want to definitely want to freeze your credit. Did you call each and every credit card?
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Did you call them right away?
One day. Hopefully it's not too late. There was just a debit card in
all right.
there. So really,
I got all three numbers for you.
Okay. And then the bank told me I should also call, I guess, the police and notify them because of the driver's license. Is that?
I mean, you can't. They're not going to do anything if you notify them.
Oh, okay.
But you got to now listen. It is. They have everything to. Do you have your Social Security in their card?
No.
Okay. They can do a lot with a license. So here's first of all credit freezes. If you're ready for the numbers?
Yes.
Equifax is 800-349-9960. Experian 888-397-3742. And TransUnion is 888-909-8872. Mark, I was told that if I froze them with one, they freeze all of them. No? I mean, I was told that.
No, if you put a fraud alert on one, they notify the other two. If you put a credit freeze, you need to each one individually, as you just said.
Oh, wow. Okay. There you go, bro.
Okay, great. And just as a separate issue, back in September, I received something saying there was a negative negative information on my credit, and it was from this company I've never heard of.
Well, some of that's a scam. If they want you to log on.
What I was thinking. I didn't do that. They have an 800 number too, but it wasn't working. And then it said to log on, but it's LexisNexis Risk Solutions out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, LexisNexis, they were sending out legit notices because you have to be noticed. Yeah, excuse me. You have to be told when there is something negative. And absolutely, they have sent out. I have had some of those.
Okay.
And it is real, but it's got to be the real LexisNexis. You know, people are so fooled into going to false websites because, Mark, they sound like the right website. You can actually do a who is on the website name to find out if it's legit or not. The legit ones, you'll know. Now, if it says, for example, if it starts with something else.com and then /nexusxis, or they have some that are so remarkably similar URLs that they sound like they sound legit, you know. So
usually if it's anything but the company's name, like corporation.com, is legit. If it's corporation.com with any additional characters, slants, anything, it's illegitimate.
Okay, great. Yeah, this is their website.
Now listen to this. It says here that LexisNexis is working with an Experian company to provide a range of credit management services, including notification of negative information. You can get your LexisNexis information as well. They keep a database of stuff. If you search that up, you can search that up and you'll find it.
Okay.
And anything could be negative.
Yeah, negative could be that
if you close a credit card and your line of credit goes down, which it will, that is considered negative. It doesn't have to be something like a past 30 is what I'm trying to say.
Hey, David.
Okay.
Yes. One other thing about your driver's license. I was just complimenting Mark. I went down. I called up on a Wednesday, made an appointment for Thursday. I was in and out of there in 20 minutes. So just bring a passport and a utility bill, and you'll be able to get your new license. I got mine.
But make an appointment.
Yeah.
The appointments work really well now.
That's it. I made an appointment. Okay. I was there 20 minutes, and I got my license within 7 to 8 days.
Okay, great. And I don't have a passport, but obviously a utility bill. what else could I bring?
Birth
if you need
certificate?
to?
Social.
Okay. Yeah, I've got that. Okay, great. That'll work.
All right, thank
All right,
you.
thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks for
man,
your
and I
help.
wish you the best. Boy, I'll tell you what a sinking, freaking feeling that is when you lose your license. My goodness. It puts a darkness on the whole day, man. It just is terrible. 303-713-8255. By the way, waterpros.net. Now listen to this. If you get the whole house softener under $2,000, which is the best deal in the business, you also get water at the kitchen sink, reverse osmosis filtering system for half price. And it's usually just $1,000 or under $1,000, so it'll be right around $500. You won't have a better deal for a total of about $2,500. That's waterpros.net.
You know, they give you a temporary license the same day, with your picture and everything else. It's just not on the plastic card. They mail you the plastic card a couple of days later.
Okay.
So I have a question for you. If you don't put a credit freeze and somebody gets your credit report, what harm does it do you specifically?
No, it doesn't do you harm. That's not why you want it. First of all, here's how it harms you. If you get too many inquiries, if they go around and try to open credit in your name, that'll down your score. But here's how else it hurts you. They can open an account in your name with just giving enough information. So the credit report isn't because in and of itself getting a credit report does you harm, but it absolutely guarantees they can never open it.
Yeah, he's got a couple of them.
That universally guarantees, because with a credit freeze on there, no one can open anything in your name. Because I tried it. I forgot I had a credit freeze, and all these special deals I applied for and I get turned down. And the reason I get turned down, insufficient credit, meaning that it was frozen. They couldn't check it.
Okay.
I have two deals for you that I love talking about. Boonstra Excavation is 20% off all of the stuff, everything, when it has to do with your septic system. That's Boonstra Excavation, 20% off everything. And all you have to do is call them. Anything to do with a septic system. Isn't that wonderful? You never have to worry about that. You don't call a regular plumber ever. SepticColorado.com. SepticColorado.com. That's 970-278-6151. Now, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, 24/7 service. And here's what I love. They will, for $80, come and tune up the door, look at the door, take care of minor things, and the cable, the emergency backups, all of that for just $80. If you're moving into a home, it's well worth it. Or you can just call them for any problem, and all of their prices are on their website. New doors, new openers, whatever you need. One Clear Choice Doors.com, 720-370-3987.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to try to get these two done before I leave. Then you don't have any in-house to worry about.
Hi, it's the Tom Martino Show. Is this Maria? Oh, hey, can we address this with you? I got your fax. Do you have time for the show? Okay, darling. Okay, hang tight just a minute. Let me send this over to the guys. Hang tight. Listen to the phone.
So, do you think he meant it when he said he wanted to wait a month to start his neuropathy thing?
I don't remember.
Holiday.
He wanted to get moving. And I
Auto
said,
care.
not until he talks to you. And that's kind of the last
You wanted to do what?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I talked to him. Then he wrote to me. I didn't show you that, saying, I'm sorry I didn't get back to contract, guys. I'm really interested. I still want to do it, but I want to put it off a month. I'm hiring new staff. You didn't get that message? Okay. That's what he said.
yesterday with the Subaru and the lights, and you wanted to look at her invoice from Holiday
Yeah.
Repair.
Yeah.
So I just sent that to you and Mark, and
Oh.
I've got her on hold for you.
Okay, let me look at it. Mark, this woman, all her lights came on in the Subaru. Wait, someone said that was a recall item too, though.
And then someone said that.
Oh yeah, but this place charged her $1,400, and they still didn't fix the lights.
I
want to see what they did for that holiday. So look at what they did, Mark. See if anything had to do with the lights. Nothing. All bullshit. Just all bullshit. Diagnostic.
It's probably no. It's all real services, man.
I know. It's all bullshit, though. $1,400 fucking dollars, and not one main thing was, well, they did service. Okay. Adjust this, adjust that.
No, they did a tranny service, an oil change, rear differential.
Got a sun one.
Alignment.
But they put her together. It had
Power
nothing
steering.
to do with her fucking lights coming on, Mark.
Yeah, I know.
God damn it. Is it?
Well, I don't even see anything on here about look at the lights.
Yeah, that's the only reason she pulled in. And they said, you have to bring it in, and we'll take care of it, she said. That's what they said.
Next time you come in, bring a coffee.
There's not anyone.
A latte or something, or a London fog, whatever, okay? And I'll get you some dates.
Bent her over.
Sure, bye.
Hey, you know, if you have a woman who's English not her first language, they're going to get screwed. I was reading something about buying cars that you should, no matter who you are, never go by yourself. Because you'll always have a witness.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Denver Regenerative Medicine for alternatives to surgery. I'm going to see these guys for a little issue that came up. And it's really good to know that you can talk to a stem cell doc directly about your condition in a phone call. Free consultation, 833-STEM-GEN. You lose nothing, it's great. 833-STEM-GEN. Okay, Maria, I looked at your invoice. Now I'm going to bring people up to date. Maria called yesterday and said, my lights came on one time. And, you know, they were like on and then they went off. And then they went on again. And I was near this Holiday Auto. And you said all of your lights came on. Now, by the way, we were told by callers this is a common problem. And they know how to fix it at a Subaru dealer. We don't know specifically what they do. But you said you pulled into Holiday Auto on, I think you said Broadway. And they said, don't worry, we'll take care of it. But you got to bring your car back. You brought your car back. And then you spent $1,400. Now, I looked on here. I don't see a signature on this authorization. Did you sign it?
Tom?
Did you sign it? Tom? Did you hear anything I just said, Maria?
Yes, yes. You know what? That's I want to talk to you yesterday.
I wanted to ask you a question first. That's how it works. Did you sign the authorization that I see in front of me?
No, I don't sign anything.
Okay, so when you got there, this was all printed out. You paid $1,400, and you never signed anything.
No.
So you did not authorize. They did not give you an estimate beforehand. They did not call you.
You know, they call me.
Did they call you and say, hey, Maria, it's going to cost $1,400?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for being honest. So they did what they were supposed to do under the Auto Repair Act. Now, here's what we looked at. Every item. Mark, why don't you weigh in since you had an auto shop? Look at all this. This was all legit stuff they did, but nothing at all to do with any lights anywhere. Nothing.
I don't even see anything on here to check lights.
There's not even a note on here. So when you looked at this and picked up your car, there's nothing here. Now, what they did, they put you together. That's what I call it. Unless your car really needed all of this, and even if I don't know if they really did all of this. But how much? How old is your car?
2013.
Okay, it could need this. It's possible. How many miles on it?
89.
Do you have it serviced regularly?
Yes.
Well, they did a bunch of stuff. I mean, first of all, lube and oil with synthetic oil. They have four-wheel alignment, all kinds of adjustments. They did the washer fluids. They did engine performance restore, whatever the hell they charge you that for. A cabin air filter, flush kit for the coolant. I mean, $1,400. That's what you spent. There's nothing you can do about it. Now you still have to fix your lights. We can't go back on these guys and say they shouldn't have done that. Everything is legit, and they charge you, when you add it all up, it comes to $1,400. There's not one thing there that's out of line, but when put all together, normally people never have all of that maintenance at one time. I think they saw you coming, in my opinion. I think they thought, you know what, let's give her the works. And you may not have needed all of it, but certainly none of it harmed you if they did it. And how long ago, let's see, this invoice is dated.
But may I say something,
It's dated September 7th, 2022. When did the lights come back on after that?
January.
Yeah, you can't blame them for anything. That's just a problem with the Subaru, the lights. But you went there September, they did what you paid for, and then you have another problem in January. You can't blame them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at them?
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat?
Yeah. You brought it to them to be fixed in September. Everything they did is listed for $1,400, and you paid them. You had another problem in January with your lights, but nothing on here was done about the lights. So you can't go back to them and say you didn't fix the lights because you paid them for what they did. They did not charge you for fixing lights. And if the lights went back on again, it's obviously an intermittent problem with the Subaru, and it's not their fault. You can't blame Holiday for this.
Maybe you should take it to Kevin at Sheridan and have her electric system checked.
I think you should. You should go to Kevin at Sheridan Auto Tech. It's a long way away, maybe. But it is, I say a long way on West Colfax, west of Wadsworth. And he has an electrical department that can track down your light problem. Are your lights still on?
Yes, because the Subaru fixed it. I just go...
Oh, that's right. Subaru fixed it free, right?
Yes, because it was under a warranty.
Hi, Dylan. In a sentence or less. What would you like
Under a warranty. It's a 2013 with 80,000 miles. What kind of warranty?
Yeah, there was a I'm so sorry.
A recall.
Factory warranty. They say it's expire in the January, June or July this year.
Okay,
and
good.
Say you are so lucky because they still under and they fix it.
I think it was a recall, dear. I think it was a recall or a service bulletin. But you know what? That's good. I'm really happy you got it fixed. But the short answer is, I don't think you have any case against Holiday Auto.
Okay.
I don't know what else I can say.
Yeah. It's
sorry, dear.
I just wanted to call you and I wanted to ask you.
Now do me a favor, though, Maria. When you need stuff done again, why don't you call us first and we'll make good recommendations. We got to take a quick break here. Hang on, Dylan. You're next. You have enough time during the break to make a transition, right? Doc, did you have? I didn't know you had a ruptured disc.
Oh, I have a plate in my back. I had a ruptured disc, a fractured vertebrae. No, I had a fusion with a plate put in.
Minimally invasive?
No. This is no. They did this is a major thing. I had like 3 broken parts of my spine, a ruptured. Oh, I've had no back problems in 15 years. I was back to running and lifting within a month of the surgery.
Hey, we just talked about Sheridan Auto Tech. Why? Because we really believe in him. So when she said she had these lights coming on and electrical issues, of course we're going to think of Sheridan Auto Tech. And they do more than just electrical. They do any kind of repair and maintenance with honesty and integrity. That's what you want. But you also get value. And that's one thing that's great. And convenience. You know, it's on Colfax west of Wadsworth. It's worth the trip. 303-455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com. You know what else worth it? Calling Made in the Shade, no matter what, because they'll measure and estimate for free. Made in the Shade, with a designer to help you choose the product. Listen, you're going to love them. They have something for every budget, whether it's soft goods like, you know, shades and curtains and draperies, and then they have shutters and hard shades and they have remote-controlled motorized shades. What you want to do is give them a call, set up an appointment. Made in the Shade. Go to referralist.com. Just put in Made in the Shade or Google it. 720-458-6566. In-house installers. I know you're using them,
They were great with me. The guy came out, gave me advice about what I wanted on different parts of my house, and then they came back and gave me temporary blinds until the new ones come in.
Yeah,
so now I at least have privacy.
That's
they were
amazing.
Great. They were just terrific.
720-458-6566.
Self-driving mode. We don't have that.
Oh, good. That didn't take as long. Okay.
Pay for that. But it's just a software
I feel
update.
Maria's so sweet.
God, people are acting like we've got to
took
return
over
our
$1,400.
Tesla after
Like I said,
this recall
accent
that has made
and
the
woman
news.
Equals scam.
That sucks.
I know.
That sucks.
They're just concerned for you.
I feel sorry for her.
Oh, what are we doing with Amena yet?
Well, maybe she learned a $1,400 lesson, and she'll call the next time or talk to somebody.
I didn't do it. I probably could have. What are we missing?
Can't help her. We told her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we told her go to Sheridan Auto Tech, though. You might want to reiterate that.
You know you have Monday off, right?
Well, they fixed it.
Of course I know that.
Okay.
My birthday's next week. I'm
Is it?
partying on Monday.
You know, everybody that has gotten COVID this time around say it's nothing. So why does the country go? Why are they going nuts? Teachers.
I don't think they
any
are.
other question?
Yeah, the teachers union, they want masks again. The health nurses
Yes.
union wants everyone
You want me-
in healthcare permanently to be protected with that.
7,
I went to get a
4, 2.
test on
Kevin is
on
wonderful.
Tuesday.
They have
They made me wear a
electrical
mask. Everybody in the
specialists
place.
there. Maria, let us
Yeah,
know
it's
how
crazy.
it works out. I have a caller wanting to know how your case works out.
And masks don't work.
I know.
Oh,
Masks work if you sneeze. Yeah, it cuts down the distribution of the droplets.
Okay, you keep me posted, okay?
Well, the big one was with kids. I mean, it has like no effect.
And
getting COVID has no effect on it. I mean,
For what?
It really doesn't.
Can you believe there are fucking people urging?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, for your girl. You need it looked. Okay.
Oh,
hang on just a second here. Let me get you some. You got a pen?
Or what's it called?
Okay.
They
Let me
want
give you
pregnant women to get.
a couple of different ones. You can try shop,
No,
okay?
no.
Is it utero?
Okay,
utero, yeah.
I would try.
That's crazy.
I'm
That's-
almost. I'm
no. No, that's
You're in the
crazy.
Denver
Look it
metro,
up.
right?
Okay, look it up.
Oh, okay. I have.
you know
I
how
have
hard that would
one.
be?
One clear choice. Let me know when you're ready for their
And what the
phone numbers.
you know what the complication rate would be on that?
720.
How do you spell utero?
U-T-E-R-O.
Now listen. Don't they do?
3987.
Aren't there some superstars that can operate on a
They've been on
Yeah, but
Tom's
it-
list
but
for
it is a very
long,
complicated-
long time. We never get. Yeah,
Well, that's
and
not
we
the problem. They
never
take
get any
it, they
complaints
take it
from
out
them
of
ever.
the uterus, operate,
darling.
and then put it
Take
back
care.
in.
No, they don't. Oh
Most
my
welcome.
God.
Bye bye.
That's the only. Or sometimes they do it with through. It depends on the procedure.
Troubleshooter Show. What's your first name? Lisa in
does
Central West, what did you want to talk to Tom about on the show today?
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So
What did you want to
first of
talk
all,
to Tom about on the show
if they
today?
get the mRNA, it does go through the umbilical cord, so
Okay,
the
so it goes
baby
to
does
the-
get vaccinated.
Right. Yeah. But that's
Oh,
that's not what I was thinking,
Oh gosh,
but
let me get
that's
you
what
his
it is.
number.
there are certain things that cross the
Let me
placental
tell
barrier.
Let me tell
and certain
Tom he
things that
says it
don't.
too fast.
I wonder
on
why
the
they
air
just
for
say if
listeners,
it's the
dang it.
mRNA, meaning
Okay,
if it was the other
his
one, it
phone
doesn't.
Well,
number
because,
is,
like I said, there
he
are
is
certain
such
things
a
that
cool
will
guy.
penetrate what they call the
303
uteroplacental barrier, and others that don't.
668
Depends on the chemical structure of what it is that you're introducing to the mother.
6844.
Yeah.
Social shit's big, man.
Yeah. We did
Yes,
more
ma'am.
harm than good with it, the way they
Oh, it was crazy.
Did they ever admit they did wrong? No, they won't.
Of course not.
You know, you don't sound a day over 60, ma'am. You sound great. And happy birthday to you.
That was a little loud.
Hi, Tom Martino,
I'm doing
your
good.
troubleshooter,
Yeah, I
303-713-TALK,
am. How about
713-8255. Hey, Dylan, what's going on with you, man? What's
If you ever
happening?
miss the phone number, if Tom says it
Hey,
too
Tom.
fast, you just
Always good
call
to talk
me,
to you.
okay?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's going to be able to help my wife and I
No,
out with this
303
situation, but at the very least, I kind of
668.
wanted to make people aware.
That's okay.
So, long story short,
Yes,
my
ma'am.
wife is giving birth to our second child next week.
Call
Has
me
to have
anytime.
a
Bye-bye.
cesarean because she had to have one the first time.
Yeah, we actually have a retired OBGYN that did it so many years. He's listening, so go ahead.
Oh, perfect. So, didn't really realize until we were going over everything with the hospital, the possibility of a blood transfusion, if things go badly during her surgery or after for that matter.
You mean in giving birth, are you talking about?
And having this.
Yeah,
and having a
she has to have a
cesarean done.
cesarean.
Yeah. Doc, have you ever had to do transfusions with a cesarean?
You know, Tom, I can't remember ever having to do one. The way that a repeat cesarean done under conditions where you're choosing a time and place, the risk of having a blood donation is so small, I wouldn't even worry about it, Dylan.
But did you have to give approval? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yes, but it's more in kind of so this is the deal. Okay, I understand it's a very low probability of this happening. However, we had asked that if we do say, okay, go ahead and do it, if we can have blood from somebody who has not been inoculated with an mRNA vaccine. And they said
won't they let her bank her own blood? Usually they'll do that.
So they said no.
Why?
To that.
Why?
And then
Troubleshooter show. What is your
and
first
that
name?
I couldn't really get a good reason.
Well,
but
they
check
probably
this
don't.
out.
They probably didn't ask for it, so they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So check it out. So we have people essentially lined up that are unvaccinated and willing to donate. The company that facilitates the blood donations through Lutheran Medical Center is called Vitalant.
All right, hold on, and we'll
Yeah,
continue
that's
this,
crazy.
okay?
I
This is a
never
good
women
call.
having it the first
This
time
is a
and
weird
not
one.
the second,
Hold
doing it
on.
natural
And luckily we have a doctor here as well.
All right. Thanks, man.
303-713-TALK.
Here's the deal: if it's an interoperative problem where she's bleeding during the surgery, they don't have time to get blood from the people who are donating. If it's afterwards, no, you can bank it. It may be too. You can bank it now, right? Yeah.
But they won't do it. Now that doesn't fucking make sense.
I don't know why they won't do it.
Because they can't charge the hospital? I mean, really?
No, they should be able to. Let's find out why they won't let them bank it. It's pretty unusual.
Here's this sheet except
Great.
for the 207s.
That's okay. And then, well, the
Are
last
they
time you had
TV
me do
shows?
education research, and they are. I think they're episodes or something.
Then that's it. Okay, that's fine. Because I don't, because they're random.
Are you going to be remote tomorrow or here?
I may not even be in. So,
Okay.
But if I am, it'll be remote.
Okay, and then I need to drag you through the Apple Card so we can do the same thing on that.
Yeah, and I fucking don't know how to download it.
Oh, well, let's log in together when next time you're in. I don't think it's urgent, but I don't want to get too far behind.
But I looked on the card, and it said there were no transactions, but a payment for December. That's what it said.
Oh, so there's no
Hey,
transactions
Dragon, you put up
after
my
that.
first spots
Oh,
when you
then
get a
there may
sec.
not be one. Then, okay, no problem.
It said one transaction for January.
Here, laptop.
What do you need, Mark? Anything?
No. Thank you, Mark.
Cappuccino.
As always, kick ass. I did everything in house, brother.
Okay.
All right, maybe an 888 heating you can do, but if you're working in house, that other one was extra long, so I don't think we have to. I'll see you. Hey, where's my briefcase?
I never saw it. Is that your jacket? I never saw your briefcase.
Holy fucking shit! It had my. Oh,
That's mine.
It had my fucking wallet. No, I'm dead serious. My briefcase. Maybe I took it in the office.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
after it was unlocked. Maybe I did that.
Yeah, I think you took everything in the office.
If you want a sandwich, it's a bunch of Jimmy John's.
No, I'm good, man.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? Jerry, in a sentence or less, what did you want to talk to Mark about on the show today? It probably is a scam. She didn't go through the motions, did she?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, the best I can do is give you a phone number to our computer guy for you to call. Would you like his information? Okay, his name is Charlie with Colorado Computers. Yep, he's the owner, and his phone number is 303-683-7470. I would definitely take direction from him, sir. Best to you. Bye-bye.
I wish I didn't miss that. You should see the shit this guy bought. Oops.
All right, 10 seconds, buddy.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, try to make your life just a little bit better. We're going to go right back to the phones. We do have some lines open, 303-713-8255. I got something in from a caller we had that went to Mountain States Toyota, and they purchased a brand new vehicle. The vehicle was $50,000. They end up spending almost $7,000 on what I call mop and glow. I don't even know what some of these were, so I want to break them down in a minute. But these are absolutely crazy. They range from $399 to $1,890, and some of them do the same thing. This guy bought everything. I mean, it's like the old undercarriage that no one knew what it was. He actually bought something for his windshield, and then he bought something else for the windshield. These guys, in my opinion, sold him every possible piece of mop and glow crap they could have sold him. And hopefully some of it we can at least get prorated in return. But I was shocked these guys sell some of this stuff. And I'll go over those in a little bit, but I was shocked. 303-713-8255. 303-713-TALK. Now, Dylan had something interesting, and I'll bring Deputy Doc into this. His wife is giving birth soon, and because of the risk of blood loss, which is very low during a C-section, they make you, I guess, agree, Doc, that you might possibly have to receive blood.
Anytime you do surgery, we always put that down.
So it's normal. So the problem is he wants blood that is not, what is it, mDNA?
He doesn't want the mRNA.
Yeah, from the vaccine.
Right.
So why can't she use her own blood, Dylan? That would be the first question. We talked about...
You don't want to deplete the blood supply of a pregnant woman.
So then, okay, how about her husband's if it's a match?
Well, Dylan, why won't they let you have people donate? What's the problem with that?
So my only option is through this company called Vitalant, which facilitates the blood donations.
Why? Is that because of your insurance? That's your only option?
No, that's literally the only option at the hospital. That's the only way they facilitate
That's
blood
the vendor,
donations
Mark.
through the hospital is through Vitalant.
Okay, so what's the problem with them?
So, to do what they call a directed donation, we may or may not have enough time because we weren't aware that of this possibility until a few days ago that we talked to the hospital. But let's just say we have enough time. A directed donation, they require a $500 payment per unit of blood to make a directed donation.
Okay.
Well, how important?
I mean, that's what they charge for it.
God.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they would charge us.
Yeah.
So
risk your woman dying?
I mean, I don't.
They just don't find
I
it.
see a problem.
Here's Dylan. Here's what
Dylan,
you're up
did you
against.
check
They
if
don't
your
find it necessary.
Did you check if your insurance will cover that?
I have not yet. I have
Well,
not. They also told us, though, that the only reason why they would do a directed donation is if there was a serious medical condition. And I don't agree with it. I mean, these guys are making enough money that they can pay their CEO $690,000 a year, and they have plastered all over their website and on the recorded message when you call in how badly they need blood donations, and then they're going to want to turn around and charge me. I mean, they said that they're going to need a minimum of 2 units of blood to do that, so basically $1,000
Wouldn't that be?
or more.
Hold on a second, Doc. Wouldn't there be quite a bit of an added screening process in order to figure out if someone that donated blood had the vaccine? I mean, or do they do that automatically? I mean, really, that's what they're charging for, right?
Right.
So I have the answer to that.
Okay.
I have the answer to that.
Well, speak up.
So they ask if somebody is vaccinated or not when they get donations. However, the only reason why they do that is to make sure that the vaccination they got is FDA approved, which, okay, I get it, I understand, but then they keep no track of that after the fact. So if you didn't get an FDA approved vaccine, let's say in another country, then you're just not going to be able to donate, is the bottom line.
Yeah, I get you. I just don't know what the fix is. I mean, I have no idea. We're not going to change your insurance company's mind on who pays for it, nor are we going to change that vendors.
At this point, like I told Tom, Mark, I mean, I don't think because I've...
Well, Doc's saying, Doc, how many babies have you... How many... Hold on. Let's get real with numbers.
I've done
how many
C-sections?
C-sections? Over 1,000. How many times did you end up doing a blood transfusion?
I can't remember one time.
Not one time, Dylan.
Right.
You're just pissy over the whole thing, like a lot of people. That's all.
Yeah, I'm frustrated because
think of the poor people that got kicked out of the armed forces that didn't get the shot. Think of all the people that got fired from being a policeman or a fire guy, whatever. It's bad, man. I get it.
Yeah, my wife had to quit her job during the pandemic because she wouldn't get vaccinated. So yeah, but this is the point, Mark, is I just want people to be aware that this situation is going on. I mean, to me, it seems
why
like
couldn't you bring, okay, this is going to sound silly as hell, Doc, but why couldn't you bring your own blood in? They just simply won't use it. I don't care whose blood it is. Like, if I walk in with a frozen bag of plasma, what are they going to laugh at me?
She's pregnant, Mark, so it's not really good for her to
That's what I just said.
deplete her supply.
Can't they? No. Forget about her right now. I'm saying any donor that matches and would work. If you just went in there with your own bag of blood, does it just simply not work that way?
No, you can. You can do. If you're having elective surgery.
I know Kramer from Seinfeld kept tons of his own blood in Jerry's freezer, for example.
Well, you know, the Queen of England always traveled with a supply of her own blood.
With her own blood.
Yeah. So you can definitely bring your own blood. It's just that in this particular case, with a pregnant woman this close to delivery, they're not going to do it.
So, Dylan, it sounds like if you had a little more time and knew about this, you could have had a better workaround in place.
Correct. And it would cost me a lot of money. I mean, I'll be honest, man. I mean, I don't have 500 or 1,000 extra bucks flying around.
No, and health insurance already costs so much. Hey, Doc, I got to ask you something else. Isn't there, and someone can chime in, wasn't there a religious group of some sort that refused to get blood?
Yes,
Who was
Jehovah's Witnesses.
The Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, sometimes we had to get court orders to transfuse.
For real?
transfuse minors. Absolutely.
Troubleshooter show. What is your first name?
really had to get a court order. Oh my
absolutely.
God,
Amanda,
that's crazy.
Well, I know it's crazy. That's why we got the court order for minors who of
but
Jehovah's
adults,
Witnesses.
they just simply that's it. They could die.
That's correct.
God, that's amazing. That's
so,
amazing.
Dylan, here's the
let's talk
thing.
about it, okay? I remember your email.
If your insurance won't cover it, forget
Hang on
about
just a
it.
second, okay? Be just a couple minutes.
Yeah,
You're gonna talk
it's not going to
And
happen
I guarantee
anyhow.
you,
Hang tight. Let's just
on an
call
elective
you your name,
repeat
Amanda. Come on,
cesarean
let's talk about
section,
this emergency.
it's not going to
No, it's
happen.
emergency,
But
right?
Dylan, think about it. In the future, you have another one. Hey, why a C-section anyhow? How come I didn't realize this, Doc? If you have a C-section once, you have it twice?
It depends on the circumstances of why they had it.
Do you use the same scar so there's not additional scarring?
Yeah, usually you do. But again, for a while, it was once a C-section, always a C-section. Then they did what's called vaginal births after C-section. Then they changed it again so that if you're doing a vaginal birth after C-section, a board-certified OBGYN had to be on the labor deck.
God, it's much easier just being a man, to be quite frank.
Absolutely.
If we gave birth, how many kids would there be? Like none. Seriously, none.
You big babies.
God, it's crazy thinking about that. I guess if I was a woman, you'd almost want to plan a C-section now, right? I mean,
well, there a lot of women are doing that.
Do most insurance companies, at least when you were practicing, if you want to actually just schedule it and do it that way, do they agree to it, or you got to prove you need it?
No, I think they covered it.
Okay. All right. Hey, Amanda, what's going on with you? Thanks for that call, Dylan. 303-713-8255. Amanda, what is up?
Hi, Tom. I'm sorry, is this Mark?
Yes, it is. Go ahead, Amanda.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Well, I had to visit the emergency room back in December, and I was just aghast at the bill that I got.
Oh, my God. Hold on. I'll come right back to you first, Amanda. I have heard nightmare stories about these. Now, there is some good news. There is some good news, and hopefully it applies to you. Everybody hold tight.
Now,
hold on one second.
You would think of all the people in the world who would know not to call me would be Tom during the show.
Oh, what did he say?
He said he wants some information on I think a referral or something.
Oh.
But you would think he would know not to call me, especially when the last call he knew we were going to pick up was Dylan.
I know. All right, hold on. John Fuller Law, I can't speak more highly of a personal injury attorney. You know, we've used him twice. Suzanne and I got T-boned by a lady rushing home and yelling at her kids in a big Suburban or an Expedition in the back seat, screaming at her kids, flies through a red light, totals our car, every airbag goes off, broken noses, the whole bit. Really bad stuff. After everything settled down, John Fuller got involved, got us their policy limits, got every penny they had in insurance. Guess what? About a year after that, our daughter, Adeline, driving down I-25, gets rear-ended. Same thing. Car totaled, some injuries. Guess what John got her? Every penny the other insurance company had. You want the best, you got John Fuller. When you want to talk to the attorney, you got John Fuller. When you need help, you got questions about your case, you got John Fuller. 303-597-4500. My Accident Lawyer can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. Here's a guy I'm getting ready to use literally this week. American Restoration Rock. So I was looking at a house out of state, and it had a popcorn ceiling. So I called up Rock, because this guy can go in, and he can clean up anything. Fire, flood, broken pipes, mold, unattended death scenes, meth labs, asbestos. That's where he came in. I called him up. I said, Rock, how do I do an asbestos test? He told me exactly what kind of core samples to get. I put them in a Ziploc, and literally I'm going to deliver them, and he's going to make sure there's no asbestos in the drywall. This guy is unbelievable. He can do the removal, the sanitation. He can even do the rebuilding, including drywall, plumbing, electric. If that house floods or if you get a fire and you have damage to anything, you got to call American Restoration. These are honest guys, and they do the job right. They work with your insurance company, but more importantly, they make sure you're taken care of. You're the customer. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST.
Sandra, this is the furnace AC guy, right? Okay, hang tight. Listen through the phone. You got one call ahead of you. When you hear your name, come on and tell Mark what's going on with this.
Babble. I want to try one of those language things one day. Just
the Babble.
Yeah,
or the...
any of them. I don't give a shit. I want to see if they work. They make it sound like you listen for 20 minutes. You're speaking German.
Well, you probably can pick up some phrases pretty quickly. Like I'm sure if you were to
cerveza.
Yeah. Or if you were to, let's say you were to take Spanish, and they said, okay, how do you say, where's the bathroom? You could learn that in 15 minutes easily.
Well,
so you pick up
at the places we go in Mexico, you know how you say it? You go, where's the bathroom?
Right.
They all speak English.
Well, did you hear all the State Department warnings about Mexico now?
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, yeah.
Almost any place except a all-inclusive in...
Like Cancun.
In Cancun. You shouldn't go.
I know, it's getting crazy there.
And you can't take an Uber. You know what's going on with the Ubers?
They've been shady over there.
The cab drivers are pulling them over and beating them up.
Yeah, I know.
I am shocked.
And they're beating up the people.
You ever been to Mexico?
We had one. This is years ago, man. We took an Uber from our resort to Walmart.
In Cancun?
They don't mind taking advantage of...
And unbelievably enough, man,
Americanos.
the cab drivers were giving this guy so much crap out front. I thought they were getting into a fight. We ended up taking a cab back.
That's what happened. That's what's been going on. It's getting worse and worse. And now they're beating up the people in the Ubers.
Permaplate.
I think the funniest thing I ever heard was if you sold Mexico to Singapore, in 10 years, we would be a third world country. Mexico has everything. They've got, just like we do, 2 coasts, unlimited resources, a workforce. The problem is that their history is so corrupt with a 2-tier system.
They're still corrupt as hell over there in most places. Suzanne had the cab driver rip her off twice.
Yeah.
2 different cab drivers.
That's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
same
It's
5
totally,
minutes.
They're so
corrupt.
I'm
corrupt.
an idiot.
It's just the entire society, it seems to be. At least in the resort areas.
Yep. And in non-resort areas, it's all controlled by the cartels. I mean, it's so bad that you can't even get a legitimate police or military force.
All right, 303-713-8255. Please don't forget, 303-MARTINO. That works on and off the air. When we're here, we get it here. When we're not here, you can leave a message. One of us will reach back out to you, try to help you out. I gotta talk about this just real quick, then I'm going to go right back to Amanda. I already know what she's going to say about the ER bill, but I can't wait. They're all crazy. But listen to this. So Mountain States Toyota sells this guy almost $7,000 worth of just crap, mop and glow. Listen to this. A 3 to 5 year theft protect. I don't even know what that is. $399. Generally, that's what insurance is for. Permaplate windshield. This one's mind-blowing. Permaplate windshield, $1,868. Here's what it is. It's professionally applied to create a strong uniform surface on your windshield. That's $1,800 he bought. $1,800. Once again, here's what it is. I don't even know what the hell it is. Windshield protection is professionally applied to create a strong uniform surface. What the hell is that? Then, that's just 2 out of like 6 of them. This next one actually has me more furious than most of them, and I'll tell you why, but I closed out this stupid thing, so hold on here. Listen to this one.
Did they sell an extended warranty too?
Hold on. Permaplate. This Permaplate's got like 4 different lines. He also has regular Permaplate at $995, which can help with fingerprints in the interior. $1,000. No fingerprints. I mean, come on. Now, permaplate key replacement. Now you're going, Mark, what the hell is permaplate? I started thinking after permaplate, it's got something to do with like Scotchguard on your fob. But no, here's the deal. If you happen to get your vehicle stolen and don't recover the key, you will get a key, most likely, if it's covered. Now, think about that. It's $500. How much is a key? Now, we're talking a Toyota here. We're not talking some crazy-ass key. How much is a key? You would have to lose numerous different keys for this to ever kick in. Then he's got another theft protection on here, which is crazy. It's called Recover, R-E-C-O-V-R. And it's another $1,000. Here's what it is. This will blow you away. It's a little piece of software that is in there that tells you where the car is if it's stolen. Or actually, I'll clarify, the police can look up where your car is. Any brand new car has that. There is not one brand new car that does not have that capability. I don't care if it's OnStar or BlueLink or whatever brand car you have. Every single car already has that. This guy spent $1,000 on that. Then this road hazard, I don't even know what it covers because I can't find any information about it. JM&A road hazard. I assume if you get a nail in your tire, they fix it. I have no idea what this road hazard covers. Here's my point, people. Please, when you buy a car, pass. Just pass. Hey, would you? No, I don't want it. Hey, would you? No, don't want that either. Hey, but this will. No, don't care. Don't care. And car dealers hate when I tell people this. You know how much money they make off this almost $7,000? I would say Mountain States Toyota on these PermaShield and other products probably put $4,500 of the $7,000 in their pocket. I mean, what are they ever going to pay out for? A windshield coating for $1,900.
Help you guys, and now you can
God, there's something wrong with this country. These car people, I don't care what dealer it is, and we're friends with some good dealers. They all try to sell this crap. They try to sell it to me, and I already tell them I don't want it. Don't buy the Mop and Glow. Don't buy the Mop and Glow. Do not buy the Mop and Glow. Don't buy the Mop and Glow. Now, Amanda, how much was this ER bill? And then I'm going to ask you what you went in for. But no. Let's take it in reverse. What did you go to the ER for?
So I was 12 weeks pregnant at the time. I'm now about halfway in my pregnancy.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah, I have such terrible morning sickness that early on. And that combined with a stomach flu that led to this situation where I was in danger from dehydration.
Oh, man.
So there was just no option. It was late enough in the day that I couldn't go to an urgent care, and I had to be seen. And all I needed was an IV.
What did they end up doing there? They put you on an IV and, of course, checked you out.
And did they give you some intravenous medication as well?
Probably something.
Did they give you some Zofran or something?
Right. The Zofran was like $4.
So how much was so you got there, they put you on an IV, they put some drugs in the IV. What else did they do, if anything?
They had me wait out in the waiting room for about 4 hours. And then
That's the waiting room charge.
In an actual bed.
That's the hourly waiting room charge. How much was the total?
Out in the waiting room. The total was $4,500.
Yeah, it's crazy. In fact, it's like that's not even shocking anymore. It's not even shocking. Doc,
Did you have insurance?
Well, it depends.
I do. And after my adjustment, they took off like $1,100. So I'm responsible for paying a little over $3,300.
So why doesn't your insurance pay that? What do they say? Because they're not in network or what?
It's because I have a high deductible plan, like a lot of Americans.
I'm going to say this, and people, I always get hate mail over this. Obama totally screwed up healthcare. I don't care what he says. He screwed it up. People now pay more than they ever did before. They couldn't keep their same doctors. We were just lied to, 100% lied to. Now, some people did make out when they expanded Medicaid. Some people, including children that didn't have access to proper care, got proper care. But for the majority of working Americans, I guarantee they pay more on not only their deductibles, especially under like an HSA or something, but on top of that, their premiums are higher than ever. You know, Suzanne and I have the right to pay them, what is it, babe, $1,400 a month for a premium. Then we basically pay out of pocket for anything up to $7,000 per individual. And we go, that's health insurance? It's not. I don't even know what the hell it is. It sucks, Amanda.
So, Amanda, I have a suggestion. Which hospital was it?
So I went to Platte Valley Hospital. It's the closest one to me.
Okay,
and I've been
go
back
to
and
Platte
forth
Valley
with
Hospital.
their coding department, with their patient care advocates. I eventually
Doc, these hospitals
most
don't
recently
care.
spoke with somebody.
Yeah, you know what?
No,
These
but
ERs don't
and
care.
any person I talk to, it's not like
we're
talking
just
to
a mill.
person.
We are nothing
Talking
more
to
than a
machine.
customer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like walking into a restaurant. These hospitals, you know, I watched this movie yesterday on the plane called The Good Nurse. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
You know what? They covered up for that guy in real life. You know, they're saying that dude could have killed 400 people, and hospitals they didn't want to have to pay out knowing one of their nurses is killing people. They don't care about
That's
people.
Nurses are so hard to find these days. But Amanda, have you gone to the business office?
I have talked with a whole slew of people.
Here's what I suggest. Try one more time. Go to the business office with a checkbook and say, how much will you guys settle for right now? And they might settle for $1,000 if you pay them on the spot.
I don't.
You have nothing to lose.
I just don't trust hospitals. I don't trust
But if she
negotiating
tries
with
that,
them.
what does she have to lose, Mark?
She has nothing to lose in that case. Except for her time.
Mark, isn't she going to end up meeting that high deductible when she gives birth anyway? And so, I mean, like,
I don't know
I'm
what her.
trying to wrap my head around that part of it.
I have no idea what her plan is. Actually, if it's wait a minute,
not going to be the case.
I think if it's isn't it true if it's an Obama plan, giving birth is pretty much zero deductible, if I recall. Do you know, Amanda?
Well, and I haven't had a good experience in the past with a hospital birth, so I am getting to birth at home with a midwife.
Oh.
Guess how much it costs to have a whole baby at my home, and the prenatal care has been amazing.
How much?
Like over the top, way better. $5,000 to have a whole baby.
And they don't cover any
Let
of
me
that.
tell you something, Amanda.
$500 for an IV bag.
Amanda, having a baby at home is crazy. Here's the deal.
Not if you have a good midwife.
No. Here's the problem. If there's a complication that comes up, why don't you have a midwife in the hospital? Because if a complication comes up,
she doesn't want to.
Where you need immediate care.
Doc, you're a doctor. Of course you want her in the hospital.
I'm not telling her to get a doctor. I'm telling her that the most dangerous time of pregnancy is during labor. And if there is fetal distress or something happens, you don't have time. If you're in the hospital with a nurse, with a midwife, you can have that baby out in 10 minutes. You can't do that with a home birth.
Yeah. Amanda, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I know a lot of people have babies at home, though.
I've done my research.
Yeah.
I've done my research.
Tell me what your research is.
Doc, don't beat her up. That's what she wants to do. My God, man. When you get pregnant and want a baby, you can have it the way you want.
I'm not telling you not to have a midwife or a doula. Just do it where there's emergency care available.
All right, listen, we got to take this break. Sandra, hold on. She's got a problem with an HVAC company. 303-713-8255. We do have a line open. Been ripped off, taken advantage of. Have a comment. 303
Okay, Amanda,
Martino.
when I sit down tonight at my PC, I'm
not against midwives or doulas if that's what you want.
What's that?
You can have a midwife or a doula if you want instead of a doctor.
What's a doula?
A doula is like a lay midwife.
It's a lady it's a non-profit they have. And they have a bunch of good information on
that baby can be out in 10 minutes. If you're at home,
I get you,
that baby can die on the way to the hospital.
I get you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you have to have a doctor, but you want to have emergency care available.
Clearly, I have not done that correctly. So just give me another minute to search, okay? It might be good info for you. Hang on.
$4,500 though.
It's
insurance is so crazy.
So I'm telling you, a lot of times if you go to the business office with a check and you say, I'll give you a check right now for $1,000, they'll take it and write it off.
If they don't think they can collect it, I'd agree with you.
Well, you got nothing to lose by trying it.
Isn't it crazy, though,
it is.
$4,500 for Sitting in the waiting room.
It is crazy.
All right, hold on. Did you end up going with Made in the Shade?
Oh, me? Yeah.
Troubleshooter show. What is your first
Okay,
name?
hold on. You know, here's a company I haven't used, but I talk so highly of them, and I'll tell you why. I'm literally within 15 feet of two people that have used them, Deputy Doc and Dragon. You know, it's Made in the Shade. These guys do everything. Blind, shade, shutters, drapes. They do outside stuff, all weather stuff. You name it, when it comes to window coverings, they do it. What I love about these guys, it doesn't matter if it's a fix and flip, you just want to get window coverings on the cheap, or if you got a $3 million house that you want the top of the line shutters or wooden shutters or electronic or computer controlled or Alexa, open my window. They have it all, and they have it for less than the competition. Write this phone number down, free in-home estimates. In fact,
Did you want to come on and
the
talk to
guy's
Deputy
wife
Doc
is a
and
color
Mark about
expert,
that,
meaning
and sort of just have
she
a
can actually
conversation
help
about
you plan what colors to use in different rooms with different furnitures and different paint, different flooring. You get the idea. 720-458 6566. 720-458-6566. Or check out Made in the Shade at MitzDenverSouth.com. Now, Sheridan Auto Tech, Uncle Kevin. Man, I like Uncle Kevin. If you've been looking for that automotive shop like you remember as a kid, where your dad would always go to the same mechanic and he's never screaming at him, they're not ripping you off, they do the oil changes when you need brakes, they sell you brakes at a reasonable cost. If something breaks, like your battery goes bad or your alternator, they give you an honest, good price and they get it fixed so you can get back on the road. You don't need to pay dealership prices, and you get the same level of service, and you save money with the nationwide warranty at Sheridan Auto Tech. Check them out at SheridanAutotech.com. That's SheridanAutotech.com.
Made in the Shade was great. They came out, they went over everything with me.
What's that, bro?
I said Made in the Shade was great. They came out, went over all my options, and then they put up temporary blinds.
What's her name? Catherine?
I'm going to ask you that when we come back.
Okay.
Oh.
Non-profit fighting emergency bills. Hospital bills. Is this it here?
Patty, let Deputy Doc talk. Really? You want him to talk? Okay.
Broken health care. That's not it.
TikTok. Every time you turn around, there's something going on with TikTok.
Yep.
Now it's child sexual exploitation. Adult males that have sexual interest in children.
Okay, Amanda, I'm going to put you out of your holding misery.
Pedophiles prefer looking at videos on
what
TikTok.
I'm going to do, are you still there?
I mean, what is that, like a...
I haven't seen
I
any.
have your email. When I'm sitting down tonight at my PC,
I go to Facebook, and if you thumb through Facebook, you have all these little vignettes, and some of them come from TikTok. I haven't seen an inappropriate. I've seen some dumb TikToks, but never an inappropriate
I think
one.
all TikToks are somewhat dumb.
Well, some of them are pretty funny, but but I haven't seen any that are inappropriate.
You probably got to be looking for it to find it, I would guess.
Give me a day
Maybe.
or so. I'm going to see if I can find that, and then I'm going to shoot that to you via email, okay?
They need
What
that
are
guy,
you?
Chris, whatever his name was, from ABC that goes after those predators.
You're having a boy or a girl?
Oh my God,
Chris
that was
Hansen.
a great show.
Wasn't that?
To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
People are doing
Holy
that. I just
shit,
couldn't
was he great.
anticipate it. I couldn't
He would get him so good. He'd be like, "Oh, okay.
very cool. Best
Then why'd you show up
and
with
I will
a pack
shoot
of
you that
condoms and
email
a
if I
bottle of
find this
booze for a
lady's name. It's
14-year-old?"
somewhere in my
I mean, he would
record.
nail the
Right.
shit out
But
of
you know
him.
what's amazing? He walked
darling.
in.
Bye-bye.
They never asked who he was. Did you notice that?
Hey, I'm so and so with blah blah blah.
You know, they never say.
No, but he would eventually do that.
Yeah, but at first he'd walk in and they'd say, "Sit down, tell me what's." They never asked who he was, if he was a cop or what was going on.
That was, God, I love that show. Why did they get rid of that?
I don't know. I think Chris Hansen.
They might have Chris
He
Hansen.
had some personal issues.
I don't think he did anything wrong as far as anything like that. I think maybe they had some lawsuits saying like, hey, you know, we legitimately didn't know she was whatever. Or the other thing is, they would hire women that were playing like they were 14, but they were over 18.
Oh, you know, the cops did that.
Yeah, I know. That might have been some of the legal issues.
Right. All right, I'm going to cross swords with Patty here when we come back.
All right, 303-713-8255. Got a bad contractor you want to go after? Bad landlord? Bad nurse? Just kidding. Patty's got a comment, and she's a nurse. Patty, what's your comment?
Hi, I just wanted to say that the doctor is 100% correct in what he was saying about women should not have babies at home. I'm a nurse. I'm a hospice nurse. I personally have knowledge of babies that were attempted to be delivered at home. Something went wrong. They couldn't get them out of the birth canal. Extreme.
Or there's fetal distress.
Listen, both of you. I don't argue. You're both in the industry. There is no doubt it's probably worse or more probable of having an issue or more possible of having an issue at home. But there's people that simply don't trust the hospitals. They've done their research. Maybe, Doc, they're on their second or third kid, which my understanding, having a home birth on your second or third is probably as safe as anywhere. I mean, things do go wrong, but people... Go ahead, Patty.
Could I speak? Because you're doing to me what you did to him. You didn't let him talk.
All right, go ahead.
And we know what we're talking about. It's not a safe practice. I mean, the chances are that if somebody, most likely the birth will be fine, but you never know. And if something goes wrong, you have to be in a hospital where they can get the baby out surgically. And I just find it, Mark, that you don't know what you're talking about and you won't let other people talk.
And I guess that woman has no idea what she's talking about that wants to have her baby at home, right?
I don't know what her research was.
I have no idea, but what does it matter? It's her body, her birth. You guys, not even Doc, Patty, you're acting like under no circumstance should you ever do it. Some people want to have their baby at home. Some people don't want different tools to be used, like forceps. Some people don't want any medication. Some people want to have a natural birth at their house where they're comfortable, with someone they're comfortable with. I just don't find that crazy. I don't find that woman crazy that wants to do that.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't think she's a medical professional, just like you aren't. And I don't think you guys know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, fair enough. I mean, fair enough.
The fact that you don't listen to people, you're kind of obnoxious.
Well, I am
So that's what
obnoxious. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
So I just wanted to say Doc knows what he's talking about. Thank you.
You're welcome. Another pleased caller
The
there.
first member of my fan club.
The first, yeah, maybe. I
And only.
Doc, if someone wants to give birth at home, I'm sure they have their reasoning. I have no idea what that reasoning is.
I'm not arguing that she doesn't have the right to do it. I was just saying in general why I believe that you shouldn't.
It's just respecting others, you know, what they want to do, their medical rights and stuff.
I mean, just like we were talking about, there's people out there for whatever crazy reason, they don't want to have a blood transfusion, and you had to get court orders on their children to keep their kids alive.
Correct.
You know, okay, well, to me, they're nuts. I have no doubt about that. But they can still do, for the most part, what they want with their own body in this country.
Mark, what I was saying was that she has every right to have a home birth. I was just letting the audience know why I disapprove of it.
Yeah. Well, and part of that, too, we got to take a break, but part of that, too, I mean, you are in the industry. That's how you made a living forever. I mean, for real, Doc, is that not part of it?
No.
You do have the education. You have a lot of stuff. But, my God, you were part of that cog.
But we allowed women to have birth plans, and we worked with midwives.
Oh,
and there's nothing wrong with having a midwife or a
Troubleshooter
doula.
show, what's your first
I'm
name?
just saying,
a doula?
A doula is a non-licensed birth coach, basically.
And a midwife is licensed or no?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Pete, Tate,
you know,
in a
all I'm
sense or
saying
less.
is
What would you like to talk
there's
to Mark
nothing
about
wrong
on
with
the
that.
show today, man?
I'm just suggesting if you want that, have it in a hospital.
Medical
you can be
advice,
in a private room
comment,
where
hang tight,
there's
listen
no
to the
medical
film.
people around and have the birth any way you want.
Do you think most insurance companies would cover that, or you have no clue?
I think they would. They cover midwife births.
Okay. All right, 303-713-8255.
You can be in a room with
What's
nothing.
that?
I'm just saying you could be in a room with just you and the midwife, but, 30 feet down the hall is an operating room if you need it.
Mark, you're not listening to me. Mark, you're not listening to me. Mark, you're not listening.
There's a lot of people skeptical in general of the
But
government.
he's respecting
Oh,
mother's opinion. You're not.
Hey, give me a minute. Give me one if you can.
Fine.
Troubleshooter show, what is your first name?
Boonstra.
Everybody who's not in the government is skeptical of it.
What's that?
I'm glad.
What'd you say, Doc?
Said everybody who's not in the government is skeptical of it.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let me find this. Art of Granite. Euro plumbing.
Oh, we're almost out of time. We've got a call ahead of you, Eva. We can certainly try if you want to hold. Okay,
Euro plumbing. I love Dimitar. Listen to this. He was out at our house not long ago. A brand new 40-gallon water heater installed, $1,299. There's no that includes the gas supply lines. It's also a major brand. It's either an A.O. Smith or a Rheem. They've got 6-year warranties. You get the free basic installation, which is, of course, the delivery of the new one, the installation, water supply lines, the hot and cold, the gas flex line, the whole deal. $12.99. You want a 50-gallon, $13.99. You want to get the best deal on an Aqua Hot or, an on-demand, these guys have them. These guys got everything, and their pricing is unbelievable. Euro Plumbing, 303-668-6844, 303-668-6844. Now, I want to tell you about Art of Granite. These guys will actually give you a quote over the phone. They might need some basic measurements, and they might want to know if you want marble or granite. You get a great idea of what you want just talking to them on the phone, and they're going to actually give you a price. So there's no reason not to call them up, discuss it, maybe send a few pictures. They're going to come in very close to what they quote you, if not less, and you're going to be so happy. We've used them 3 different times in our house, and we love the job they do. We love the cabinets. We love the granite. That's what we chose in most of the areas, and you're just going to love dealing with Mitch Floria, the owner. He's going to make sure it goes right. He's going to make sure it's on time, and he's going to make sure you get a great deal. Check him out at artofgranite.com, theartofgranite.com. Now, Boonstra, this company is very unique, and I'll tell you why. They work on septic systems, and they do it for less money than anybody out there, and that's all they do. Septic, septic, septic. I mean, they'll do some excavation work for new builders and stuff like that if you happen to be a contractor, but in general, if you have a septic system and you have a problem with it, they can handle any problem. They can even replace it. They can even do a new install if you're building a house, but it's a company for all your septic system needs. pump replacements, the alarm floater repairs, even the leach fields. These guys do it all. 970-278-6151. 20% off this month. All products and services, and they already have the best price out there. If you need any work done on your septic system, call.
Where literally 10 minutes you can have that baby out.
All natural in a hospital.
You can do whatever you want in a room.
Yeah.
You can have a room with no
women
doctors.
have been giving birth in their homes for a bazillion years now.
My grandmother squatted down on the kitchen floor and gave birth to my uncle and my dad.
My Texas kids.
The whole fucking family was giving birth in their home.
Rate was and the maternal death rate was in those days?
Yeah, crazy, huh?
I was trying to get Suzanne to give birth. They wanted a $500 deductible. I said, we can do this in the basement.
The next one I'll do for you. I'll do it for $100.
Shit. Our dentist works out of a garage in our neighborhood.
He's a full-time veterinarian, part-time dentist. That's right.
He can fix your horse, your cow, your duck, and give birth.
She was also one of those. I said, "Oh, what do you do, June?" I'm like, "What are you having?" "Oh, it's going to be a surprise." I said, "Oh, I couldn't stand it.
Like
I had to know."
These gender reveal parties.
Oh yeah, they're crazy common right now.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's.
Well,
crazy.
I thought you had to wait so they pick their gender.
Well, they also do gender reveal where one person knows they have the baby shower and the pink or blue pops out of the balloon, and then everybody finds out at the same time.
So you know what to buy them.
Until they tell you, nope, that's not me anymore.
Then they have an abortion. They keep all the gifts.
What's that?
I said, then they have an abortion and keep all the gifts. I want to see what Pete has to say about my medical advice comment.
Hey, what was Nasty Nellie's name again?
Huh?
Who was Nasty Nellie?
Nasty Nellie?
Who was the lady bitching at me? What was her name?
Oh.
Freako.
Oh, just now?
Patty.
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 Patty. What kind of name's Patty?
I'm
going to call her Captain Obvious.
It's a good name for hamburger.
Oh, you're obnoxious. No shit.
Maybe her first name is Hamburger.
It's like fucking Captain Obvious. Hey, you're loud. Oh, really?
Like I said, her first name is Hamburger.
Fuck.
Hamburger Patty.
Or Peppermint.
Peppermint Patty.
Oh, somebody said, hey, Mark, Pissy Patty.
Yeah.
I like IT. That's a good one.
Can I say pissy? That one's walking on a
I said pisser on the air yesterday. Dragon didn't yell at me.
It's not one of the 7 words.
I was a little shocked after I said it. I was like, I'm going to get yelled at.
Hey, Suzanne, what was Captain Obvious's name?
Are you talking about Patty?
Yeah, who said I was obnoxious. It's like, oh, yeah, and I'm loud, too. Like, surprise. You know what? It drives me crazy, though, when people think they know better for everybody. I don't care. You know, she was a nurse, so I'm sure everybody and their mother should have got a jab, then another jab, then 3 more jabs, and then 4 boosters and 18 more jabs, and then another jab, and then another jab, and then another jab. You know what? Some people just don't agree with you, Peppermint Patty, Pissy Patty, whatever. So, you know what? If the woman wants to give birth at home, I don't have an issue with it. I just don't. And I'm sorry you think that, and I'll let Doc talk all day. Patty. Captain Obvious. That's what I got to say. Eva, what's going on with you? Beat me up, Eva. Throw me to the dogs.
Mark. I would throw a loving puppy at you. I love you, and you're not obnoxious. I love it when you're in charge.
Hey, Dragon, we got to record this. I'm starting to think it's April Fool's
Eva,
Day.
when was your last mental health exam?
Oh, Doc. Eva, I appreciate
that. One, Doc.
Eva, did you have any children at home? Do you have any children? I should ask that first.
I had, my first was
I have 2 boys, and I went under natural. Well, excuse me. The second one I did natural, and I didn't use any meds at all, even in the hospital. But the first one was in Connecticut. Oh my God!
Was it at home though?
No, I went in. I woke my husband up. I said I was ironing. I said my water broke. We better go.
Yep.
And at 3 a.m. I had him before around 7 a.m. And they knocked me out. I didn't want anything. They knocked me out as he was coming through the birth canal.
Oh my God!
You were ironing at 3 a.m.?
Well, yeah, of course. Suzanne irons at 3 a.m.
No, back then I had sprinkled the shirts, my husband's shirts, and they would have gotten moldy by the time I got back to iron them, and I had to stay away.
My mistake. Yeah, you're right.
Dragon, what are you thinking?
No, I mean, it's just...
Eva, I really do appreciate that comment. Sometimes, people get me down, but you know what? As Taylor said, I think it was Taylor. No, who said a hater's going to hate? No, Will Smith's daughter.
No, it's Swift. Haters are going to hate.
Yeah, haters are going to hate. I mean, what are you going to do? But right there's proof I'm not obnoxious. There's proof. And by the way, we had both kids in a hospital. Kind of against what I wanted to do. I found out we had a $500 deductible, so I laid some tarp out in the basement. And Suzanne just fought me the whole way.
Unfortunately, that was before you knew me. Otherwise, I would have
fought
done
me
it.
the whole way. Hey, Pete, what's going on with you, sir?
Hey, so I just want to make a distinction between the 2 people that I think are listening to this. The people who are fine with home birth, yeah, and then the people that are pro-choice.
Oh.
You cannot be pro-choice and against pro-birth.
Huh.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it.
And it's her baby, correct?
Yeah, you're right. I know exactly where you're going with that. You can be pro-choice in one way, but not pro-choice in another.
So how can you be one but not the other?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's 2023, but...
It's a conundrum.
Pete, you're totally misunderstanding what I said. All I said was she has every right to have it at home. I just explained to the audience what the risks were.
There's people, Doc. I mean, it could be,
but it's still their choice.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's what I just said.
And that's it. I appreciate that, Pete. Hey, Doc. Anything else? Any updates?
I'm working on a few, but I should have some by tomorrow.
Yeah. What are you working on? Tell me one. I was gone 3 days.
3 days.
One with getting some money back from a hot tub company.
Oh man, I remember that one.
And then we're trying to get some help with a woman with a divorce.
Hopefully we have those tomorrow. Right. All right, folks. Oh, Bonnie Shields might be able to help out with that.
Yeah.
All right, 303 Martino. Don't forget, on and off the air or help at troubleshooter.com.
I got Bonnie's number. I'm going to call her.
Okay, Dragon. See you tomorrow.
It's a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I know Mark's been saying. I was just going to read.
And also,
oh yeah,
we don't know what